Hello, I'm Flame112. We're going to be playing an adventure called Ernie Wyver's Museum of Oddities today, which comes from the one-page dungeon contest and which I sort of adapted for Terrinoth. Um, I'll include a link so that you can find it in the description when this gets uploaded. With that, I will let the players introduce themselves. So if you guys can describe your characters, basically we've basic idea of how they look and their backstory and skill set, as well as going through your motivations. And we'll go in the order that I see on Discord, which is going to be Fat Crab first.
Sure, yeah, I am Fat Crab, or Micah is also my name, and um, I am playing Shmoo Rizlekinets, a gnome illusionist who used to be an academic, however, found out when he was shooting for a professorship at the various universities that uh, academia can be a little bit more deadly for those very limited professorships than he would prefer, and decided he would be safer striking out on his own as an adventurer. And yeah, he focuses on illusion magic and has some um, uh, equipment to help with that. And yeah, and so this will be cool.
All right, next will be Defrost.
Hey, I'm Dave, or I go by Defrost on all the community things. I'm going to be playing Bithmore Crangdon. He is a gnome disciple. He kind of found himself he unwittingly uh, put himself in the service of the Storm Lords, and so now he wields their chaos magic, the power of the storm, and he goes around trying to do his best to do what's right. But the power of the storm sometimes takes over, and people get caught in the crossfire a bit.
All right, Snurfs.
Hey, so I'm Snurf, and I'll be playing Shepard, who is the gnome warrior. A bit of a recurring theme on the species so far. So yeah, gnome warrior. He's kind of old. In fact, he's old, certainly for a gnome. Gray-haired and such. He used to just run caravans, like trading goods for his clan, his burrow, as a gnome. But then orcs happened, and they attacked, and they kidnapped him, and then things led to one another, and Stockholm syndrome happened, and then he was like, "Hey, you know what? These raiders are pretty cool, actually." So he joined them for a while, and then they got punked, and he left. And since then, he's been kind of wandering about, peddling his skills as a mercenary with a good singing voice. Because it turns out he's also a bard. He's got a big honking hammer for a gnome, so really, I suppose it's just a mace. But he's also adept with verse, as it were. So that's Shepard.
And I forgot to mention, but Bithmore is this character. All right. Wow, 3 gnomes. What a coincidence. And that will leave us with O the Owl.
Yeah, I'm O the Owl. My name's Ryle, and I am also playing a gnome. His name is Smidge Skyfoot, consort of the winds, master of lightning, pretty good friends with the rain and the snow. And he also, coincidentally, is very much into bad weather, which has been the case since he was a little gnome. And now that he's a little bit bigger gnome, he's kind of out on his own because of the danger he would cause to his home clan from his obsession with summoning lightning and thunder. And yeah, he's out for adventure, but his goal really is to one day become one with the elements. So I'm kind of leaning heavily into the elementalist talent and theme.
Somewhat of an ominous motivation. All right. So that is our players. So this adventure is going to take place in a city called Gendra's Harbor. It's a coastal town in the barony of Telor. This city is kind of a hub of wealth and trade, being a coastal town. And there's also a seedy underbelly of black markets, piracy, cursed artifacts, other sort of dark criminal endeavors. You guys have recently completed an adventure and have been resting up, trying to find new opportunities, that kind of thing. When you get a message delivered from one of your family members, Dara, who wants you to meet her at her home urgently. Dara, I don't know how you guys are all related to her, but she is like a middle-aged, like whatever the gnome equivalent of 50s is. And you know that she has been raising her son, Herbal, who'd be about 19 or 20 human equivalent, as a single parent. And she lives in this city. So you guys, having nothing better to do, and at least having a little bit of concern for your family member, meet her at her home. You can immediately tell that she's very worried and stressed out about something, but she's nevertheless baked some scones with an orange zest for you guys. She is wearing some like kind of older but still well-maintained clothes. She has one sort of streak of bright purple in her hair, but the rest is pretty like conservatively maintained and hairstyled. And she explains that she's worried about her boy Herbal. He's been hanging out with a rough group lately, but she was excited and proud of him because he said that he had found a new job. But now she hasn't seen him in a few days, and she's very worried and wants you guys to look into it.
These scones are delicious.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
quite. Now,
Hey, I've had
when you,
better.
when you say he's been gone a few days, are we talking like 2 days, cousin? Because like 2 days, he's just out on an adventure, and really, boy's gonna be boy, right? Right?
Yes, 2 days. It's not uncommon for him to be gone for a day or so, but he stays with friends sometimes. But I'm definitely getting worried at this point.
Auntie Dara, was this new job exactly that our beloved cousin had recently picked up?
Oh, yes. I found this in his room, and she has what looks like an old brochure or pamphlet flyer type thing for a museum called Ernie Wyver's Museum of Oddities. There is in 90% of the ad is like taken up by the face of a human man who's like kind of elder, smiling, beaming, and there's like some uh, ad copy that says, "See the incredible displays and exotic exhibits featuring the red gem of Atar, a majestic mermaid, and of course a real dragon skeleton." Um, and it says it was established 1600, which is about 250 years ago. And then there's a section where it lists the address, but that has been torn off. And so she hands that to you guys, and she says, I think he must. The new job must be like some kind of guard or something at the museum."
Yes, well, research and preservation of our histories. I guess he might be thinking of academia too. Just, I would say it runs in the family, but. And then Shmoo looks at the rest of the group and then just sort of trails off.
Yes,
Um,
well, I'm a graduate of the School of Hard Knocks. Yeah, yes.
Oh, is that a degreed program?
I once got a third degree burn, if that's what you mean.
I dated a girl from that school.
You guys would know Herbal's upbringing has been kind of troubled. He's lacked any clear father figures, and he's been pretty rebellious and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Have you ever met any of his friends? Are they ever around?
Oh, his friends. You know, I saw him. There was this large orc man. He had just lots and lots of tattoos, and I think that there was a catfolk woman, but he never told me their names. He told me not to ask about them.
Do you remember
I mean,
what
if he,
tattoos?
Oh, I don't know. It was just so many.
if he's with an orc, he's in good hands. I mean, with an orc, they're reliable, they're dependable, they're loyal, they're great people. The orcs, they get a
And they
bad rap
smell really
sometimes.
good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I suppose if nothing else, we could go check out if he's on the job.
Would we? Would that be like suspicious at all, or I mean, is it common to have orcs and cat people in this town?
Yeah, this town is because it's a coastal city and it's like a hub of whatever trade and stuff. It's like very diverse. So
Cosmopolitan,
it's
okay.
not like, and also orcs in this setting aren't exactly like the marauding raiders necessarily. I mean, there could certainly be some clans that are, but it's not the whole species reputation.
Mm.
But she seems very suspicious of these people. Maybe just because he has a lot of tattoos. Who knows?
Well, I never really had any friends, so I'd say he's got one up on me to begin with.
Yes, well, that's just because you don't, what they say, put yourself out there. You need to go to find common interests and hobbies where in the towns we visit. You can't just be relying on
I
family for your social outlets.
But you guys are so swell. You've really included me. But that was a good idea you had about visiting his workplace. Why don't we try that?
All right. Does anybody have any further questions for Dara? Can always come back here if you have anything else.
Yeah. Can I get another one of those scones?
Oh, of course,
Oh,
Dara.
yeah.
Do you have a picnic basket, perhaps, that we can bring with us?
Yes, I think I can rummage something up. And she does so.
All right.
Now I'm
Let me
kind of
add that to
wondering,
the inventory.
are there any other questions we should be asking?
What does he look like?
Oh, that's a good one.
You don't remember what Herbal looks like? Come on.
I just thought it was a good question.
Could I mean could I say that Shmoo does remember what he looks like?
Sure,
Then
yeah.
okay.
Since you're one of the younger ones, it's possible that you guys interacted.
What size shoes does he wear?
Gnome sized.
Makes sense here.
Yeah.
What kind of clothes was he wearing the last time you saw him? Might pick him out in a crowd or something.
He was wearing like a leather tunic, armor, something like that. Lots of pockets.
Keep describing what he was wearing, and I think while Auntie Dara is giving us more details, Shmoo is weaving an illusion of doing a police sketch, sort of.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say you're doing like a police sketch.
Yes, the illusionist police sketch.
No, you remember his ears were more like this, and she's like making motions with her ears, and don't forget about that scar that he's got on his upper right.
His cheeks are flabbier too.
But maybe you haven't seen him since he was young, but he's really grown into his face.
Oh.
Yeah, so everybody has a up-to-date image from Shmoo.
And sorry, what was his name again?
Herbal.
Herbal. Thank you.
All right. Are you guys heading out?
Yeah.
I suppose we ought to.
All right. How do you plan to find this museum? It definitely sounds like it is in this city.
Oh, she didn't have a flyer or anything.
She did, but the address was torn off.
Oh,
Nah.
makes sense. Well, I guess we could
Harass
go
the
asking
first
about.
person. Yeah, harass the first person we run across and ask them where the museum is.
All right. It's a human man. He looks like some kind of laborer or something, and he has no idea what you're talking about.
The museum
What museum?
with the dragon skeleton. Surely you've been there like 5 times already. It's the only
Dragon
attraction in town.
skeleton in a museum?
Yeah.
Right.
Show him the flyer.
Yeah, I don't know what. I've never heard of this place.
Well, I guess that wraps it up, fellas. Let's go back.
I suppose. Well, if you had to put a museum somewhere in the city, where do you think you'd put?
Well, there's those academic, areas of town. Maybe there. I don't frequent those areas much.
Yeah, you don't look like the smart type anyway.
Yeah, this guy's just like a common laborer. We gotta find someone a little bit
All right,
smarter.
buddy. And he's leaving.
Sir, could
Nice
you at least
calluses.
could you at least point us to where the students tend to live?
He points with a middle finger as he walks off.
That's not the description I was asking for, but I thank you for your time anyway.
Does that mean he's an archer?
No, I think it just means he's an asshole.
So you guys can give me a streetwise, some kind of, I guess, lore or geography would apply here. Some kind of an average check to get some information about this place. And let me know if you are looking more for information about the museum or the people that
An
Herbal
average
was with.
average lore check, no setbacks or anything.
That's correct.
All right.
Shepard is mostly looking for the museum because he's not discounting the idea that Aunt Dara has gone crazy, basically, and is imagining things, but it's weird. He wants to know about this museum. Where is it?
I think that Bithamore will do a streetwise check to find out where some rough and tumble tattooed orcs might kick it.
Okay.
But I'll go in order. I'll let Crab go first.
I failed my check.
Oh,
so
whoops,
I do not know where the museum is, but I did get to advantage. So I mean, maybe I do know where the university is.
Sure. What I will say is that you spend, I don't know, an hour or something heading to the university and talking to them, and you find out definitively that this museum is not affiliated with the university.
Shmoo is deeply disappointed in his cousin, who he thought was pursuing academia, but is just basically pursuing the circus.
Jebert, looks like you have 5 successes there.
Yep.
And you were looking for the information about the museum. You hear some rumors about a haunted museum in one of the kind of rundown parts of town. Not great market value, that kind of thing.
That's why the labor didn't know what we were talking about, because we weren't specific enough. We didn't ask about the haunted museums. We didn't know it was haunted.
Yes, the first guy you found on the street did not know about this museum. So you have a region of the city to go on. If you wanted to just spend the time, you could probably find it there. If you guys want to try to get any more information about the place,
I'll do
you're
my
welcome
check to see if there's any info about, the orc with the tattoos. He seems kind of stand out, so that might
Okay.
help us narrow things down a little bit.
The orc with
Okay.
the dragon tattoo.
Yeah, could it be helpful now that we know the district of the city to look in?
Sure. I'll give you a boost. You can just add that on to whatever you already got. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. He says, like, you find like an orc bar, and they're not like hostile when you come in. They are kind of like enjoying the novelty of a gnome walking into their bar. And the bartender that you talked to, orc, lots of tattoos, museum, huh? You might be talking about Criff. He was talking about doing some kind of job at a museum or something.
You say anything about like whereabouts or anything?
Yeah, think it was over on, and he gives you an address,
Thanks,
which
chum.
is nearby.
I'll spend my advantage to say that somebody bought me an orc beer and I didn't get too drunk.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So are you guys heading straight there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So you are following kind of a winding path through alleys. This is like definitely not a particularly like well-traveled, safe part of town. And in this back alley, you eventually find this building that has a big sign. It's like kind of like an underground club entrance vibe. Like it's stairs leading down to a door that's like set kind of underground already. And you see a sign above, like a brass plaque that reads Ernie Wyver's Museum of Oddities. And so there's a lot of like trash and refuse and broken windows and stuff in this area, but the door to this museum actually looks like it's in pretty pristine condition.
Oh, these guys need a better marketing campaign.
Yeah,
What?
like maybe like like a graphic designer or something.
And the
Or a
location.
good real estate agent.
Yeah, the location begs for improvement, but I assume that the rent is very cheap.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yes, see, these are the things we have to consider when you go into business. This is why you guys need to. This is why we work as a family. Um,
Is there a knocker on
Game
the door?
is now Gnome Fast and Furious. There is not a knocker. There's just a doorknob.
Well, let's
I
try
was
the
gonna
doorknob. That's the easiest thing.
before we walk in, I was gonna see if do we detect any magic from this pristine door?
Do you want to give me I guess a lore forbidden or a magic skill check? This won't be an actual spell, so you won't take strain for it. It's gonna be average. You do detect traces of what feels like some powerful magic inside, and in addition to that, you feel like spiritual kind of undead energy from inside.
Bithmore gets some. He gets the goosies, and he lets everybody know. I don't know, something kind of dark in this place. Hope it's just like magical items or whatever.
It's a haunted museum, isn't that?
Oh,
Right.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, they did say it was haunted.
Oh yeah, like that place in Disney World.
Exactly.
With like a Z and the 2 apostrophes. Disney.
And now
Yeah.
our video is getting taken down.
Yeah.
We don't
That's
know
Disney.
it really is haunted though. Look, this isn't an academic institution. I'm sure that there is more afoot here than what it seems.
I don't know. Feels pretty haunted.
I just want to say not it on getting eaten by the undead dragon skeleton.
Oh yeah, good call. I call not it number 2.
Guys, the Herbal's just in there playing cards with his friends, guys. It's good.
Yes, I
It's
mean,
gonna be fine.
look, I tend to agree, and also not it.
Jebbet, looks like you're getting eaten.
Jebbet, you're it.
All right, open the door, Jebbet.
He shrugs and he tries the doorknob. Says, "You guys are way overblowing this. Maybe it blows off its hinges. I don't know." He tries the doorknob.
All right. What's your resilience? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Okay. Can you guys see this new map that I have loaded?
yes.
Yep, we
A
have
little bit of it.
a little
Okay.
tiny blob of the map is visible.
Okay.
Yeah, stairs, number
token
1.
Size is going to need to get scaled here. Yeah. Do
3.
you guys all know how to shrink your tokens?
Maybe that's a thing I can maybe
It's
do.
the arrows on the left and right.
Oh. Oh, wow, that's really helpful.
Okay. Shrink it down to 3 feet, I think. Yeah. What the hell?
Okay, so you open the door without incident and step down the stairs, and you see a kind of a old dusty room. It's like nothing looks worn or like damaged or rotten or anything like that, but it is very dusty and cobwebby. And you see a ghostly figure of a human male, and he looks like he is rearranging like this is like an easel with a bunch of pockets with brochures and flyers and stuff like that, and he's adjusting things, and he doesn't seem to have heard you come in.
And he
Oh,
looks
this seems-
ghostly.
He looks
Yeah.
ghostly. He's blue. He's translucent.
This is the good kind of haunted. It's not the scary kind of haunted.
Can I try to divine what kind, like if he is in fact a ghost or if this is an illusion or something? I don't know if that'd be like Arcana.
I would say that a master of illusions like yourself would just know that this is a ghost, or if not a ghost, a very, very good illusion.
This seems to either be. I'm pretty sure that there's a very competent illusionist here. It might be a ghost, but again, I'm not sure I quite believe in ghosts and spooks.
And at this sound of conversation, he like kind of looks up, surprised, and turns around, and he's like, "Oh, guests, welcome, welcome to Ernie Wyver's Museum of Oddities." And he like poses with his hands raised, like dramatically displaying it. And you see 2 doors leading out of this room. One of them is labeled Tribal Masks Exhibit, and the other door is labeled Hall of Athos and Laketon.
I've heard about these. These are like automated illusions. They're greeters. It's like I've heard about this somewhere.
Automated? No, friend. I'm quite real.
He's very well
I'm Ernie Wyver.
programmed.
I'm not sure what that word means. Would you like a program? I've got plenty.
Yeah, I'll take one.
All right. He picks up a real paper program and hands it to you. It's very similar to the one that you guys saw with Dara. This one advertises the Dragon Wars Age regalia and the Hall of Natural Sciences.
Are you Ernie Wyver?
Yes, I just said that.
Right.
We were all kind of talking, though, so it was hard to hear you.
Yeah, I'm hard of hearing as well. So, apologies, really. Wouldn't want to offend an automated illusion. But
yes, I understand. When my hearing started to go too, it was quite a blow. Anyway, welcome. Would you like a tour?
Oh yeah, tour would be great, but actually, we're a little short on time now, so maybe after we figure out the whole thing we're here for. You see, we got like a nephew or cousin or something like that. I don't know, twice removed kind of thing. But I think he was supposed to be hanging out here, doing a little job or something. But we just wanted to check on him and maybe make sure he's all right. Haven't seen him in a couple of days.
Nephew or cousin?
Yeah, well,
Oh, he
he's
would.
technically, yeah. Well, he's your great uncle. Wait, he's my third cousin, twice removed on my mother's side.
he's my
Oh, yeah.
sixth cousin.
Yes, but you see, there were twins on that side, so I think that removes him, removes him at least once.
Ernie's nodding politely, but it's clear that he doesn't care about this.
I don't know, but a negative times a negative is always a positive.
Oh yeah, that's right. So he's not removed at all. Anyway, so he looks kind of like us, but not anything like any of us at all.
He says I'm quite sure I would remember someone matching that description.
Well, I'm quite sure that somebody said that he was coming here. So
Yeah, it was his mom.
yeah, his mom.
Dara, you heard of her? She makes good scones. You want
Speaking
one?
of which, you want to try this one? Yeah. Oh,
just
you go ahead and give it to him.
Yeah,
I'll stay
Dara,
could I
they're
get
good. Wine
your
zest.
guys' vigilance?
Okay.
It's going to be a group vigilance.
It's a green for me.
2 green here.
That is 4 green for me.
You have 4 willpower?
I also have 4 green. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well done, guys. Okay.
No, that doesn't. Oh, whoops. Sorry. No, I have the wrong character selected. It should be 2 green, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
so,
makes more
but
sense.
still
1, 2, 2, 4.
for
Bithmore.
for Bithmore.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give an additional setback. And don't pay any attention to the name of the skill that happens to be getting rolled here.
It's not showing it.
Wouldn't worry about that.
Oh, it is showing it. Never mind.
Oh, he rolled a nothing check.
Yeah.
So you guys get the sense that he does not recognize the description of Herbal, but there's definitely like something off or fishy about this guy. Not literally fishy. Sorry, Bithmore.
That would have been great.
With those threat, maybe would it be possible to see? Is the floor like dusty? Could there potentially be little like gnome-sized footprints or something?
I will let you give me a hard perception check for that. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I guess I need to make him visible. NPC, name, image.
Ooh. No, I think I didn't mention this earlier, but I have the Elementalist improved, which as an air elementalist, I tend to float, just kind of float along, especially when I'm not paying attention. So I think I'm so like involved with what I'm doing, I sort of tip over and kind of tip upside down.
And I think the drafts that are surrounding you also kind of disturb the dust and ruin any further chances you guys check out footprints in this room.
I got my cape stuck on my head again.
So
if we get the
he's
tour, we're bound to run into Herbal eventually, right? I mean, if he's in here, the tour's comprehensive, I'm sure.
I'm sure he hasn't been in here, but if he is, yes, we'll probably come across him in the tour.
Quick
Great.
question: how much does the tour cost? I'm a little cash poor right now.
And do you take
Which
scones?
isn't true. He's got money.
Say that again.
And do you take scones?
Yes, we'll pay you in scones.
Sadly, my scone days are behind me. But for a group of curious adventurers like yourselves, I could waive the entry fee, just this once.
Can we get a little team huddle here, guys?
Yeah, I mean,
Real
that's the
quick.
most suspicious thing he said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Listen, I mean, I don't know what kind of business this man's running, and I've never owned my own business, but I mean, definitely wouldn't do the old not charging people
I mean, it
thing.
can't be financially successful if he's just going around giving tours willy-nilly. That's not how a rational businessman succeeds in this cutthroat world of museums.
Yeah, but he's an illusion or a ghost, so he doesn't really have running
Oh,
costs.
that's true.
I'll
Yes.
have
yeah.
you know that I earned my fortune adventuring, and this museum is my gift to society.
Sir, we are
One
having
more
a
quick huddle,
huddle.
guys.
Yeah, we didn't. We are not
Yeah,
trying to involve a specter or a summoned spook.
I think next time we do a huddle, let's all whisper. All right?
This is
Yeah,
my
well,
whispering
if you
voice.
could turn me, if someone could turn me around the right side up, then I wouldn't have to yell.
I give him a spin.
Whee!
He kind of like waves his hands in the air like dismissively and goes back to sorting the brochures.
All right. So are we going to take the free tour or what?
I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah.
I think we
All right.
should.
I turn around and I have my arms folded and, trying to put on an air of, like kind of confidence or leadership and like, we don't like it, but we'll take your tour.
Why wouldn't you like it?
We don't
Well,
like
you
anything.
haven't seen it yet. Well,
It's
you'll
free.
like this. All right. Now, would you prefer to see the? Let's see. If we head this way, we can see the tribal masks, the red gem, and the tyrant lizard. Or if you want to head this way, we can see the.
The other stuff sounds like the other way is more interesting anyway.
The Hall of Athos and Laketon, the picture gallery, and perhaps even the mermaid.
Oh, mermaid.
I'm quite a fan of masks.
Yeah, the masks should be cool, guys, because with any luck, there'll be orcish masks, and they're a highlight. Also, Tyrant Lizard, maybe that's a dragon skeleton. And, I kind of want to see that as well.
But
in priority.
mermaid, guys.
I don't really have a strong opinion about any of this.
You see one mermaid, you've seen them all.
I guess I'm outvoted then.
Well, believe me, you haven't seen this mermaid.
Yeah, see?
That sounds.
Though,
What's
if
special
you want to
about
see
this
the
mermaid?
tribal masks, they are in fact orc. Do you have some experience with them?
Well,
Oh,
not
yeah,
really
no.
the masks, but
I've been drinking with orcs all day.
yeah, he's an expert.
Oh, well then let's head this way. And he goes over. He pulls out of his pocket a very real-looking keyring, like not ghostly, spectral. And he puts it into the door and opens it, and steps inside. And I need to figure out how to use the fog tool. Nope, that doesn't seem right.
Hey, you guys with the magics and stuff.
Whoa!
Do ghosts are usually
Oops.
able to like touch stuff? Ooh, I can see everything.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
that was-
zooming in as close as possible to minimize this.
Yeah, I've got my eyes closed.
How on earth did I do this before?
Fog tools in the drop down for the selection. Third one.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Zooming in, that's not Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay. That did not work. What the hell? Oh, I'm in fog cutting mode. That explains it. Okay, you should see nothing now,
I don't
right?
see anything. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Now
Yep,
do you
that's
see the
perfect.
next room?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's like a hallway and a number 2.
Yep. All right. So as you, all right. Well, I must presume that you follow him.
Begrudgingly.
Yes.
What you see here is these like little alcoves in the walls with glass blocking like direct contact with them, and you see about a half a dozen of these kind of scary, ominous-looking tribal masks. And Ernie says, "Yes, we found these in an ancient ziggurat in the Mock Plateau. I believe it was a holy site for the Grey Moon tribe."
Shouldn't
Who's
they have
we?
it?
Sorry,
Uh,
say that again, one at a time.
You go first, Jabber.
Yeah. I mean, my friend asked who's we, but I also asked, like,
Oh,
shouldn't the Grey Veil tribe or whatever have them? Like, I
Oh,
mean,
my old expedition team. What do you mean? We found them in the ziggurat.
well, yeah, but that's like, do you don't know? Like, it's like if I don't know. Let's pretend I was some guy from like a foreigner, and I came into your museum and I touched it, and then I showed it elsewhere. That's kind of, I don't know if that's a good analogy. Like, shouldn't they have it? Aren't they going to be upset? Like, were they upset?
Oh yes. I would be quite cross if you tried to take anything from the museum. But
Right.
these were just in a ziggurat. Nobody was using them.
Mm. Well, they look cool.
And as you guys look at them a little closer, the masks sort of wobble, and you think you can hear or think you can see the mouths moving, and you hear what sounds like orc laughter, and they say, "Ernie, is it school day again? You're bringing a group of kids through?"
Oh, hey,
And
I'm a full-grown adult. I do what I want.
they are going to make a scathing tirade attack against you guys.
Oh no.
Let's see. This is against, I believe, discipline.
It's really kind of these all-day minor microaggressions that wear on you.
So this is, let's see, who's
Me.
probably Shmoo is the youngest looking one, so
Oh.
they're gonna target Shmoo. What's your discipline, Shmoo?
That'll be a red and a purple.
Red and a purple. Okay. Wow, okay.
Weird roll.
Yeah, so you guys do not suffer any strain from this, but Shmoo, you're a graduate and a distinguished professor, and it really, like, you've always been told you have a very youthful face, even for a gnome. So this one really gets to you. So you're gonna have 2 setbacks to everything in the next 2 rooms that you guys visit.
But age is in experience, not a youthful. Yeah, everyone goes on about my cherubic face. It's very tiring. I have other things to do, and Shmoo sort of storms off.
And you guys also see lots of like necklaces and regalia and stuff in these boxes. Ernie seems like he's marching onwards. Over here, you see a door that says it leads to the entomology exhibit, and over here to the Keyshawn's jewel. And Ernie seems like he was going to take you guys up towards the other hallway. Towards this
Before
way.
I follow, I want to see can Bithmore suss out like how these masks were talking to the crew, or does it seem fully like spiritual or otherworldly?
It does seem spiritual and otherworldly. Like some sort of a orc spirit from beyond the grave who now has nothing to do except insult the people who walk by this hallway.
Well, you're lucky you're behind that glass, because otherwise, and I'd make like a little fist and punch it into my other hand and narrow my eyes at the masks.
Yeah, why don't you come here and say that again, short stuff.
Well, I already said I would, except I can't because of this glass.
Sure.
Oh, did you want me to break that glass? Is that what you're asking me for?
Don't do that, guys. The owner's right here.
Oh, I thought you'd gone up further ahead, so you didn't. Anyway,
So he's going to head into the northwest door, unless you guys want to head northeast.
Sorry, what northeast is the gem?
Northeast is entomology. Northwest is the gem.
Jules.
Jewel.
Oh, okay.
Gem.
Yeah, definitely Jules.
All right.
Yeah.
We are in fog cutting mode. All right. He leads you guys inside.
Look at the size of that.
Yeah. So you guys see there's a short pedestal holding a large red, and it's not so much a gem as it is a shard, and it's like coconut sized, and it has a little plaque that says found in a temple to Atar, and you also see a tapestry in the back of the room. It's has this image of the sun and it's like rays beaming down, and as the rays beam down, they're like piercing and destroying some sort of magical creatures or something. And you guys with magical backgrounds and being adventurers who live in the world of Terrinoth, you guys are pretty sure that this is a rune shard. Which, for some context, if you need it, they are like very valuable magical artifacts that people with the runes skill with training can utilize them very effectively, but they are something that common people can utilize.
Bithmore walks up and tries to touch it.
As you're walking up, Ernie says, "Please, no touching the exhibit."
Oh yeah, but it looks really cool.
It is really cool.
He
That's
inches
fair.
a little closer, like he's looking at Ernie, but he's still inching a little closer.
All right. Do you want to give me some kind of check, either to persuade him or to touch it while he's not looking or something?
I'll try to persuade him. I'm just like, come on, let me touch it.
All right.
I'll wash my hands first.
yeah, that smell, I'm pretty sure, is all from the orc brew that he was drinking earlier. Normally, very clean fellow.
That will be a charm. Trying to remember what that's opposed by. I believe it's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So your difficulty is 2 reds.
Still work.
Nice.
Please.
Okay, but don't move it. I don't recommend that. And the way he kind of glares at you when he tells you not to move it is pretty cold and chilling. So you're gonna take a strain.
All right. And with one tiny finger, I just reach out and touch it.
Yeah, it feels not hot enough to like burn you, but uncomfortably warm. And you can like just sense magical energy inside it.
When I touch it, like Bithmore's eyes go wide and he's like, "Oh yeah!" And he like turns around. He's like, "You guys touch it! It's so cool."
What did it feel like?
Warm.
Sounds cool. Shepard puts a hand on it.
Ernie like throws up his hands in like disgust, and he's gonna go examine the tapestry so he doesn't have to think about this.
Can Shmoo just look around the room to see if there's any traces of anyone having been here earlier?
Yeah, just a moment. So Jebbert, you feel the same sensation that I described to Bithmore. You can give me a hard perception check. Shmoo.
Hard perception. All right.
Yeah.
This shard's really something, guys.
Fire's not really my thing.
3 successes and 2 advantages.
Okay, so you do detect looks like pretty heavy footfalls. Someone was here recently. Doesn't look like gnome footprints, but someone was definitely here recently. And with your 2 advantage, you also see in the walls kind of behind the tapestry, it looks like a little bit of like scorch marks.
Family members, cousins, maybe we should hold off on touching that. I just noticed there, judging by the fact that it's involved with a light, there are scorch marks behind this. I don't think Ernie's being fully honest with us. He's whispering this, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
or attempting to. Can roll a stealth check if you want it.
I'll decide if I want to do something depending on how long the conversation goes.
Okay.
But he's kind of like reminiscing while he looks up at the tapestry, kind of like fondling the frayed edges.
Oh, well, they already touched it, and I wasn't going to, so... I mean, everything's okay now, right?
Also, notice there are footsteps all around here, relatively recent, of a larger individual, not a gnome, but perhaps an orc? I suggest we follow these footsteps.
I'd
we
say
might want to
something
lose.
is afoot.
Good one, cousin. Good, very funny. We might, however, want to lose our ghostly companion if we can.
Let's just walk off this direction, and he's busy looking at the tapestry. Let's just go.
Before we head off, I just want to know, like, I would assume, I don't know, how rare because of how rare the runebound shards are. Like, do we know that this is a runebound shard, or guess at that, or we just think it's some cool little rock?
You guys are definitely getting the vibe that this is a runebound shard, and it's kind of crazy that one would be sitting unknown in a place like this. So, like, based on what you felt and what you're seeing of it, it does seem authentic.
A quick huddle, guys.
I thought
Oh
we
no,
were
we're
huddling.
I'm huddled.
I-
This
yeah,
is about as
this
huddled
is
as
already
I
Huddle
am.
in the huddle.
Everybody huddles in a little bit tighter.
If someone could flip me over again, I'm so
Yep,
telling.
give him a spin.
Thank you. Oh,
Uh,
all the way. Wee.
I don't know about you guys, but this thing here is pretty awesome, and the fact that it's just sitting here is kind of boring. And I think that if we get a chance, we should come back and take it.
Yes, I agree. This does not belong in a museum.
Oh, I was just going to say something like that belongs in a museum.
No. I want it in our pockets.
Yeah, so do I. Especially if it makes scorch marks. I'll never have to use this stupid flint and steel again.
It's really the best use for a runebound shard.
Firestar.
Ernie
Sure.
kind of snaps back out of whatever memory he was having, and he's like, are we all ready to move on? Now, over here, we have the tyrant lizard skeleton, as well as several strange primitive humanoids we found around it. And over this way, we have the Dragon Wars historical exhibit.
Which
way were those
lizard.
Which direction are the
Oh,
footprints going in?
Yeah.
The footprints, they go down the hallway, and you see one set going in here, and then it looks like the set goes back out and goes that way.
How about the oh shit, what's to the left?
Left is Tyrant
Tyrant lizard.
Lizard.
Yeah.
Oh, tyrant lizard, Annie. That's what we want to do.
Yes, I agree. That sounds. I'm quite intrigued by your tyrant lizards.
I'm like giving like big winks to everybody.
You know what? I'll also add the footprints going this way. They have a same footprints, but slightly different gait. Like they were limping when they went the other way.
Mm-hmm. I still think
And
we should follow
Go ahead.
we should follow the ultimate direction. My intent is to send Bernie in one direction and then we sort of sneak off away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think we were all on the same
Yeah.
page.
Okay, so you guys want him to be distracted over here while you guys head this way?
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
so what I would actually like to do is while he's going there and we're in a huddle, we're all in engaged, I want to cast mirror image of all of us following him while the real versions of us follow the footprints.
Okay. All right. I'm open to this. Let me try and figure out how difficult it should be. So default easy mirrored image is a +1, and additional illusion is a +1.
And I have mirror image add mirror image effect to the mask spell for free when wielding this
Okay.
item. So it should still be 1 difficulty, I think, and then
I think it would be it would space of 3 going down to 2, and then depending if how much realism you want to add to it, that may be.
Is a base of
factor.
3? Wouldn't it be a base of? Oh, it's average difficulty. Sorry, I thought it was. Or no, it's
Yep.
easy, right?
It's easy, but you need to add mirror image as well as additional illusion to create.
Right. So I can add the mirror
null
image for. Oh yeah. I see
Yes.
what you're saying. Yes. Okay. We're just doing it in different orders.
Different order, probably.
Yeah. So it's average. So it should be average difficulty. I'm just checking. Yeah, so I don't think I really need, because my signature spell is mirror image with range and additional illusion, which would reduce that to,
I think
that'd be.
I think you might as well do that because
Well, I
you'll
need the additional.
gain 1 difficulty from the range, but you'll lose 1 from the.
Well, I need the additional
signature.
illusion for, or the additional illusion lets me do, it just lets me spend advantage on additional illusions, right? It's not.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be too concerned about if you get enough advantage for it or not, since this is
Okay.
a mostly narrative use for it.
Okay, yeah, I'll just go with the yeah, I think it should just be average. It sounds like average then, I think, right? Arcana check. Um,
Yes.
okay.
Sounds like Ernie can't tell gnomes apart.
I'm actually also just because I really want to make sure this succeeds. I'm gonna do first. I want to spend a story point to summon a component for the casting, and then I'm gonna use do component casting if you're cool
Okay.
with that.
The way that I feel about component casting is that if you give me a component that you have and didn't necessarily like purchase on screen before, that's okay. Like if you can come up with something that you feel like fits a spell that creates 4 gnomes to trick this guy, and I'm okay with
Oh,
just giving you the blue dice.
okay, cool. Yeah, I think that well, actually, we're in a huddle, so I think that Shmoo pulls like a uh piece of uh a thread out from everyone else's um clothes, and that's the component. Is just a thread from each of everyone else's clothing.
Nice. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, you can get the blue dice for that. You
And
can still
then
spend a story point if you want.
sure, yeah, sure. I'll spend the story point to upgrade it, though. So let me do that. Upgrade. Okay, and then he, yeah, I think then that's just him. He sort of like looks at the rest of the huddled gnomes and winks and put his finger to his lips, and then succeeds with 5
Nice.
advantages too.
Nice, which is
I
enough
think
for all of
that's
us.
Yeah.
that's enough to
Yeah.
actually do the illusions raw, so that's good. um, all right, yeah. So like, so for the 4 of you, we see the 4 of you walk up to him and nod politely as he motions to the door, and he goes and starts to unlock it. Meanwhile, the real 4 of you are met with a locked door over here, and Ernie ushers the illusory 4 over into this room. And
Hey.
when the door opens, you get a very brief glimpse of it's like a giant, what we as humans would know as a T-Rex, but I don't think dinosaurs are real on Terrinoth. So that's what it looks like, and a bunch of, basically Neanderthal skeletons with spears pointing up at it as if this is like a diorama of a battle scene.
Good job, Doctor.
Yeah, that's pretty swell. But
Quite
locked
impressive.
door now.
Yes. Well, I can only do so much. One of you surely can, like, who has skullduggery?
Can you illusion the door away?
He can make you think it's not
That's
there,
not
and then you
quite
can walk into
how
it.
my illusion spells work. Did you ever read my dissertation? I sent it to you. I have it on me. Would you like to read it? It explains all about how illusion magic works.
My address changed.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, so you can skullduggery or force your way through with athletics.
Could I? I've got a
Or-
four. I've
or
got
something else.
4 green and skullduggery. Could I use conjure to summon thieves' tools?
Sure, yeah.
That'd probably be more-
I don't think
Go ahead.
I will make you roll for that. You could just take the strain for the spellcast and
Okay.
get them, unless you want to roll and get advantage or something and risk failure.
No, since I'm going to be making the skullduggery roll anyway.
Okay.
Plenty of
sounds
risk
good.
there. So with the thieves' tools, I think that just lets me perform that, or does it give me a blue die?
I'll let it give you a blue die. I'll assume that you guys have sticks and stuff that you could attempt it very poorly. So what this will do is give you a blue die. And this is only average difficulty.
So these thieves' tools that I summon, kind of like little sparks, like sort of static electricity, arcs out from my fingers as I try to unlock this door. Oh, dang it. Ouch. Ooh. Didn't work. But I think I loosened it. I loosened the door.
Yeah, if somebody wants to try barging their way through.
Shepard.
Yes, I'm coming. I was waiting for you to finish to be sure you finished.
Do me a favor though. Let's count to 3 so that I can do like one of those, so that we can like mask the sound of the door breaking open.
Sure. What's 2 purple as well for athletics?
But you probably want one of the illusions to cough rather than.
I was gonna say that when he barges in, you'll just hear like all of the illusions sneeze at the same exact time in the other room.
And it's like a super loud yell sneeze.
Yeah.
Like a grandfather sneeze.
Yeah, you just hear 4 of those simultaneously.
Okay, all right.
Average,
it'll be
right?
average. You could give me melee or athletics, I suppose.
I'll do athletics. Just trying to shoulder it open.
Okay.
And I passed a blue die from my advantage there.
Nice.
Yes.
I have to figure out how you do that because that's neat. Anyway, here we go.
You just click on the 3.
I think you have to click on
ellipse,
like
the
include
3
the
dots.
dice or some.
Oh,
sort of
right,
button.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you have to move dice into the roll.
Well,
the classic
it's a
blue dice that you
It's a
forgot
blue.
about. It's
Yeah.
always blank. Okay, so
wasn't.
wait, you don't see the blue dice as blank?
Oh no, I was just saying the earlier I rolled the blue die and I got a success.
That's
on it.
true. That's true.
But yeah,
Correct.
usually is blank.
So you take a strain, you kind of wrench your shoulder a bit, but you do get the door open, and it's masked with a sneeze. And so let me reveal some more fog. Okay, you guys can move yourselves into that room.
Hey, Bythmore, you could. I guess you could take that thing now if you wanted, right?
Yoink.
All right, are you taking it?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Perhaps in the spirit of caution, we should wait until.
Who's still in the room when you take it? It looks like you and Shmoo. Is that?
No. Yeah, I think
think I'm
Shmoo.
far
I didn't
out
move.
by
Yeah, so
now.
I think Shmoo would still be at the threshold at least.
Okay, it would be fair if you guys are in the hallway or whatever, and that's when you remember and suggest it to Bythmore. Okay, so Bythmore, as you lift it from the
Oh, God.
pedestal, you hear kind of a noise, and from behind the tapestry, a jet of flame shoots out through the tapestry, and I am going to need either a average coordination
Jeez.
or a hard resilience check. The resilience check will have less penalty on failure than the coordination check. So coordination is easier but riskier.
All right. Let me think for a sec here. I think I'm going to try my luck with resilience, and I'll probably regret this.
Nice.
Okay.
Best of luck.
I'd like to spend a story point to say that, basically I kind of react with a little bit of my, kind of gusty wind magic to also try to blow this out of the way and give me a little extra.
Do the like Aang firebending redirection.
Yeah.
All right.
And you said that was a hard check?
Yep.
Best of luck.
Hey.
Nice. I don't know how that worked, but I did.
Yeah, so you're like frantically blowing the fire around, and I am going to say with that threat that you redirect it a little bit in the direction of Shmoo and Jebbert, who take 1 strain each. And Yeah, so the room is on fire. The tapestry is burning up. It's definitely going to be very obvious when Ernie exits that room that something has happened here. But you got it. So what you are holding now is a Immolation Rune. It is on page 118 of the Realms of Terrinoth rulebook. Since you're not trained in runes, we can ignore that part of it, but you can use it as a ranged weapon with the following profile. It's based on Discipline. It has damage 8, critical 3, range short, and burn 2. I'll post that in
I posted
the
it.
chat. Oh, cool. Perfect.
And requires a maneuver to activate.
Yes.
Sorry about that, Jebbert and Shmoo. This chaos magic, it's a little unwieldy. I didn't mean to send you there, but hey, we got this butte, right? And I pat my pocket where it's just bulging.
Just remember that if you sell it, you have to distribute the profits at the according rate among all the family. And I'll be expecting my 5 gold.
I'd never do anything to miff the family, don't worry. Well, let's get out of here before he comes back and sees.
Yeah, we should probably go.
Yeah. Should we huddle, maybe?
All right, so you guys follow the signs that say they are leading to the Knight's Hall, and you guys find yourself surrounded by pretty ancient, rested-looking suits of armor and equipment. There's some like royal scepter and crowns and stuff, and some tables and stuff in the room as well. Does anybody have like lore, or I guess there's no history. I guess geography would work.
I mean, I have
Oh.
one lore. I have a
I have
random
some
lore.
lore, that's it.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to, you can give me a average lore. Or
If we do
geography.
like a combined check, I think like it would take my ranks in lore, but your characteristics in lore. Can we do something
Right.
like that?
Yeah. How
Because
much?
Yeah.
I think you have
I have-
probably
That'd be
more
2 yellow, 2 green.
intelligence.
The end
Yeah,
result would be 2 yellow, 2
I have 2 yellow.
Okay, cool. So
Sure, I'm
yeah.
cool with that.
Okay. So I'll just add an upgrade to get it to 2 yellow, 2 green. And you said it's average difficulty?
Yes, I said it is average difficulty.
2
Nice.
successes with
Okay.
advantage.
So you recognize the dating of, based on the heraldry and the regalia and stuff, you can date these to the ages of the Third Darkness and the Dragon Wars, which is kind of a while ago. So the armor is not in great condition, but nevertheless, if you could get it out to collector or something like that, you could probably get quite a bit for it. But it's definitely not functional. And if you have something you want to do with that advantage, otherwise I could say you could identify some particularly valuable smaller things if you're looking to pocket some stuff.
I like that. Yeah. Something. Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, like we're just horrible people.
He's a ghost, it's fine.
All right. I will say that you find a particularly nice looking jeweled crown, which is worth 150 silver. You estimate, of course.
Yeah. Shmoo grabs that and lifts his. He has like a pointy hat on, so he lifts his pointy hat and like puts the crown under the pointy hat and puts the hat back down.
Nice. And you guys can see the door here on the left leads to the Dragonology exposition. The door in the upper right leads to the Hall of Natural Sciences. And this one down here in the lower right leads to the picture gallery.
Any more luck on these dust footprints that we've been following into here?
Let's see. Give me another hard perception check.
I've
I don't know who's
got
picking
4
them.
green in that one.
Yeah, if we're doing a group perception, it would be 1 yellow, 3 green.
I'm totally
Fine.
fine with doing a group thing.
Yeah, I only have 3 green and a yellow.
Oh, you.
Yeah,
Sorry, someone has 3 green and a yellow?
Yeah, I have 3 green
it would
and
be
a yellow.
Schmooze rank and Smidge's counting.
Gotcha. Ah, look at that!
Okay, so you see the footprints again in the dust here. They look like they headed over this way to the Dragonology exposition.
Unfortunately, they head into the dragon room.
Fortunately.
Of course.
Ah.
Nothing can ever be easy.
I mean, guys, we get to see a dragon and get herbal. I see this as a win, personally.
I mean, we still haven't seen any gnome footprints.
Well, yeah, but we'll find his friend. Maybe his friend was carrying him. We're gnomes. We're tiny.
Yeah, he's Yodaing on the orc the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, same deal with this door. Skullduggery, athletics, or melee if you have some kind of blunt weapon.
Jebber will try the weapon straight up this time.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll give you a
we're
boost
further away, and we're trying
for
to
melee.
fast.
Yeah.
And there's an active fire, so.
Pull the
We
I
really
pulled
wanna
the
hurry.
Immolation Rune out and
Ooh.
I think 1 fire is enough.
Yeah, that's.
This was melee heavy. Is it hard?
It's average, and you can get a boost for
Cool.
using the weapon.
Bam. Yeah, ain't nothing.
Nice, easy. You can wrench your shoulder back into place if you want.
Yeah, I'll spend 2 of those on that. Yeah,
Okay, so
just-
you batter down the door, and you guys see looming before you a large, menacing statue of a dragon. Sorry, not statue. A large, menacing skeleton of a dragon. It's kind of like tied together with wire, and it's hanging from the ceiling. And you guys also see in the little exhibits, there's like in the back, like a pile of treasure and gold coins and stuff, like a dragon's hoard looking thing. And you can see like lots of valuable looking jeweled and things, and there's a horn, like a blowing horn, in one of these exhibits that kind of draws your eye.
Well, up till now, I hadn't really been interested in any of the things we found, but gosh, that horn sure looks cool. I'm gonna float on over to that case.
is there a plaque?
Yeah.
Let's see. The plaque just reads authentic red dragon skeleton, No information about where he got it, if he slew it, anything like that. And the pile of treasure in the back is labeled like simulated dragon horde, and you can see a lot of the coins and stuff look fake in it, but some of them might be real. And the horn is labeled dragon collar horn, and that's collar like phone call, not collar like a dog collar.
While they're looking at the horn, can I just continue to track the footprints?
Yeah. I will say what you see is that they basically beeline for the treasure in the back, and seems like whoever was there stood there for kind of a while, moving around it a lot, and then the footprints go out into this room.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's another hallway or room.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. I could maybe reveal a little bit more there.
Wouldn't it be cool if-
Go ahead. Sorry, Bidemore.
I was just gonna say, wouldn't it be cool if you blew in that horn and it like gave us like a dragon companion?
Or woke up a skeleton.
Yeah, also I'm
Yeah.
worried there might be a trap that
Yes,
triggers that
or
skeleton.
spat fire at you.
Well, I don't like fire.
Listen, I think I've proven that fire's no match for me.
Did you? This museum is currently aflame, I believe.
Yeah, you guys hear from down the hall, Ernie calling out, hello, is there anyone there? Oh my goodness. What happened here?
Thanks.
Bidemore, you're welcome to open that case. I'm just going to back away down this hallway a little.
There's not a pictured door, but there is a door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Jibba will make a grab. Sorry, go ahead.
That way also leads to the Hall of Natural Sciences.
Okay. Jibba will make a grab for the horn, and assuming nothing terrible happens, will then follow along behind Smidge.
Nothing terrible happens.
Cool.
You just immediately die.
And we're all glad.
It's deserved though, so it's karma.
I was gonna ask, do I sense any magic from this skeleton? But I guess I already blew the horn, so.
You're blowing
sorry,
the
I thought
horn?
Hold on now.
I thought that he said nothing terrible happens because of that or something. I don't know.
I thought Jebbert grabbed the horn.
Oh,
Is
I see.
for grabbing it and blowing it.
Just grabbed it, not blew it. I mean, if you want to blow into it, Jebbert is fine. Knock yourself out, I guess.
Maybe blow it in a big open space instead of in this tiny little cramped area we're in now.
Like a medium-sized room.
Oh, well, then blow it.
I think Shmoo reaches out and puts his hand on the mouthpiece before it can be blown. It's like, we certainly seem to have enough problems right now.
Well, all right. And then I look over to like Jebbert and Smidge, and I'm like, potty pooper.
Jebbert shrugs and puts the horn somewhere on his body.
I like
keeps it with him.
Just idea that you're sort of vaguely on a stealth mission and you're going to blow this magical, probably horn that you just found.
We have illusions
4D chess.
Anyway.
It's 4D chess.
Yeah. Cousins, we're supposed to be quiet. Jeez, Jebbert, break that door down.
Yep.
Shall we, cousins? And Shmoo points down the hall towards the natural science wing and the
onwards.
Footprints.
Fine.
All right. School degree, athletics, or melee?
Oh, is there another locked door?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it worked so well the last time. Just do it.
They're all locked. Yeah. I mean, you have.
Let me know if it changes from.
Still average with a boost.
Oh, from over here. Oh, well,
Oh,
there you go.
wow. Okay. Okay, what
Triumph.
I have an idea for your triumph, or you can suggest something.
I mean, you're more aware of what's happening in the other room. So
Well, I was
shoot that idea.
just gonna say that
Maybe.
you sort of like perfectly knock it off the hinges without damaging it, so that you can set it back up behind you guys, so it's less obvious where you went.
But the previous one, that's not the case. We fucked that
That's
one, didn't
true.
we?
So he would know you guys went in here, and maybe he would assume you guys went in here. But if the door is really, really nicely not broken, then you might not know.
Can I hold off on spelling the triumph until you tell us what's beyond the
Sure.
door?
Yeah, I can tell you what's in the room. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Okay, is that
Whoa.
visible?
Yes.
Okay, so in the Hall of Natural Sciences, this is like a nice garden-looking area. You can kind of see a very dusty skylight, and light is just like kind of barely trickling down from it, but nevertheless, the garden is like extremely vibrant and full of life. In the center of the room, there is a tiny pond. There's a statue of a dryad, and the dryad is holding a stone basket. The stone basket looks like it's full of golden apples.
Oh.
You can see a door here. It's a little less ornamented than the other ones. It just says office, and a door this way that leads to Hall of Oceanographic Findings.
Oh.
Who's holding
Okay.
the basket of scones?
Well, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that was me.
Okay.
Any chance for the triumph, or maybe it's too much. But as we come in, there's the dust trail is obvious and leads to an open door. Like one of these two maybe is open. The dust trail goes right through it.
Um,
And I can tack on the 3 adventures as well if you want me to.
I'll give you the trail, and it'll be a little more useful than the trails you've been getting, but not the
I'll do that.
doors.
All right, sure, we'll do that.
Okay, so you see the Orc Prints. Go here and go up to the statue, and then they stop entirely. You don't see any further orc footprints in the room. You see much smaller, lighter footprints heading this way. And I don't know if this is just Morrowind stuff or if it's also a Terrinoth thing, but I'm going to say that cat folk don't wear shoes typically, and these are shoe prints. They're not cat folk prints.
Right,
I
guys, I
assume-
figured it out. These are gateway apples. If you bite one, you'll get transported somewhere. Watch. Jibber's gonna bite some apple.
Okay, so
Oh, dear.
when you grab the apple, you hear a hissing sound, and a gas starts getting emitted into the room from little hidden nozzles in the walls. So I'm going to need everybody to make a hard resilience check.
Well, no issue for
Oh,
me because I
God.
bite into the apple and teleport away because I'm definitely right.
It's not gonna
Yeah,
be
so this will
resilience,
be
was it?
hard, and this will be individual, not a group check.
Oh
Okay.
no! I failed the 2 threats. Christian move.
I still have those lingering 3 advantages from earlier. Any chance there's a bunch of clutter and debris in the room that's maybe just slightly obstructing, like the nozzles, maybe give a boost to everyone?
Sure. With your 3 advantage, I'll let you give a boost to everyone, so you can go ahead and add a boost on those of you who already rolled.
Oof.
Oof, a lot of oofs here.
Yeah. We are gnomes.
God.
We aren't resilient, so this makes
Yes.
sense.
And me neither.
I'm shocked that Jebbert.
Even Jebbert.
didn't get it.
Okay,
Wasn't meant to
so
be.
everybody who failed this takes 4 wounds, which are not reduced by soak, and 1 strain per threat.
That's we're half my wound threshold already. I think I take 1.
And then the gas, if somebody would like you guys to, somebody with advantage, if you guys want me to spend those 2 oh, actually I guess it's just 1 person with 1 advantage.
Up to you.
Let's see. No, it's just purely, actually no, there's no net advantage because the boosts are only going to canceling out threat. All right. But Jebbert, as you bite into this apple, it is the most delicious thing you have ever tasted in your life, and you recover 7 wounds and 5 strain.
There's a basket of these. Good to know.
There are 4 more apples.
Okay. I just spent 1. Good to know. Good to know. This gas is an
and
ongoing situation, or is it
The
like
gas
a
is ongoing, so
Oh, okay.
Could
Go ahead.
I was gonna with conjure. Could I try to summon a wind to blow the room clear, or is the
Exactly,
gas
yeah, I was gonna
continuing to
suggest.
yeah?
It's not an infinite supply of gas. So if you can, I'll say this is a hard conjure, probably. And you guys might suffer 1 more round of the poison, depending on how much threat or something that you roll.
What about a barrier?
Yeah, can we put a barrier? Do we know where the nozzle is? Can we put
I
a
have
description on the?
I have a barrier spell called Eye of the Storm.
That seems pretty applicable. Okay, so if one of you makes a barrier to keep the gas away from you guys and someone else blows it away, then I would say that should work. Assuming that assuming that you guys pass.
That we don't die.
Yeah, assuming that you don't die. Okay, so let me look at the barrier spell.
My barrier spell is 2 difficulty, I believe, because it's going to be barrier plus additional targets.
Yep, that sounds good. I don't think any of the other additional effects are needed here. So that'll be average barrier, and then the conjure is going to be hard, and that's mostly just due to the fact that you have to keep sustaining the wind as this is going.
Gotcha.
I bust my barrier out, but it's only enough to cover me. I'm like, sorry guys,
I
minute
think you
for
get
me.
one. I think you get 1 person by default just for including additional target, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you get to pick your favorite cousin.
Oh, I choose the one with the golden apple, Jebbert.
The one who least needs it. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh wait, no,
so,
Jebbert. Well, I guess I wouldn't know that Jebbert all healed up.
I mean, he looks great. He's positively glowing.
Yeah.
He might even have gotten a year younger. Maybe, who knows?
Some of those scars on his face have closed up.
I grab him in my little Eye of the Storm barrier and I yell out to the other two, "You guys have magic to help yourselves."
All right, if anybody wants to try something here, it's clear that the barrier is not going to be enough to reach Smidge and Shmoo. You
Yeah,
guys can try something.
I can do. I'll do a barrier as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already made the roll for the
Right.
conjure.
Okay.
So just a
Are you doing
self-
additional targets on your barrier, Fat Crab?
Yeah, I'll try and get Smidge in it as well. So it's gonna be 2 difficulty. Is that right?
Yes.
For extra target. Okay. Cool. 2 successes, 3 advantage.
Nice. So that's definitely enough to include
Both
Smidge and
Thank you, Doctor.
then you have 3 advantages left over because you can just include him by default.
Yeah. So I think with those advantages, can I, while I'm casting the barrier, I grab one of the apples. I think. Or rather,
Okay.
can I take the picnic basket of scones from Jebert and swap it with the basket of apples?
Sure. Yeah. That sounds good. So you guys are kind of huddled together in your barriers. So I can guess what an Eye of the Storm looks like. What does Shmoo's barrier look like?
I think it's just like a shimmer. Maybe just
Just
because I
shimmer.
just recently watched Annihilation, but I think it's just like an oily shimmer in the air around the respective beneficiaries.
Nice. All right. And so you guys are kind of huddling together. Smidge is forcing all the air whooshing out of the room towards the dragon exhibit.
Yeah, if it's all right, I'll kind of hold my staff aloft and call forth some either one large or a bunch of little wind elementals who kind of swirl around the room. If
Yeah,
that
I like
works.
that. Yeah. And after a little while, the poison gas nozzles kind of like run out of gas, and the room clears.
Yeah, they don't call me consort of the winds for nothing. And by
All
they,
right,
I mean me. I don't really have any friends.
you guys have a basket of golden apples. So each
I
of
devour
these
one of those apples
apples,
immediately.
it has the effects of a health elixir with an extra 2 wounds healed, as well as a stamina elixir. So that's 7 wounds and 5 strain. And they do count for your health elixir / painkiller usage for the day.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely eat one of the apples right away. So there's how many?
3 more.
3 more. Okay, cool.
I'll tuck that away here.
Yeah, would it be all right if I put one of those in my pocket?
Bad news, they're not gateway apples. Good news, they're amazing.
They are quite scrumptious.
Bismore has a rune shard in one pocket and an apple in the other, so he's got these 2 bulging pockets on either side.
Be sure you don't take a bite of the wrong thing.
I'm
Boy,
not
that's
an
a
idiot.
spicy apple.
Would this count as the end of an encounter by chance?
Sure. I will say that the stuff thus far counts as an encounter.
Oh yeah, how much it healed 5 strain? You said.
7 wounds, 5 strain.
Okay, so I should have 1 strain left. Because I took 2 strain from the barrier
Wow,
cast.
you guys are getting strained out. Okay. So there's 2 apples remaining in the party. Is that right?
2 in the basket.
Right.
Yes.
Or well,
no.
Bithmore grabbed is pocketed 1, so there's 1 more in the basket. Which the basket's
Oh,
also
right, in
made
case
of
he had one. Yeah, there's 1 more in the basket.
stone and very heavy, so probably someone doesn't want to carry that.
Shmoo drops the basket. And then grabs a scone from the old basket.
You hear the puttering of the empty gas nozzles. Okay, so bottom right door, you see what you presume to be gnome footprints heading this direction. They look kind of rushed, like he was trying to get out of that room, and they head into this room, and they don't leave that room.
Shmoo walks up to that door, and yeah, is this door locked as well?
Oh yeah,
I,
this one is going to be a hard check rather than average to unlock.
Jebbert, I think we need your very robust skull again.
Before the robust sculling happens, I'd like to inspect this statue since the footprints stop right at it. See if I notice anything out of the ordinary.
Sure. You find the orc footprints leading up to it, and then there's kind of a disturbed patch of dust on the ground, like somebody keeled over and died. But you don't see a body anywhere in the room.
But no like levers or secret knobs to go down like a trap door or anything like that.
No, nothing like that in here. You can really like knocking on walls and stuff like that, but the only mechanism in here seems to be like a weighted pressure plate in the dryad statue.
Is that where
that was where the apples were. That's what triggered that.
Oh, I see. Oh yeah. This patch of dust looks just like a body, right?
Yeah, it's like the police chalk outline, but in dust.
Ooh. Yeah, that's awful.
What?
I guess he didn't teleport away.
Yeah,
we teleported off this mortal plane.
Do we know?
I mean, good thing we didn't see that before we started eating those apples.
Sorry, did you say what?
Well, you know, when
species
you
the
blew
imprint is?
all the dust around, it revealed that further imprint onto the ground. Sorry, what was that?
Did you say what the species was? Like, can we tell if it's an orc or a catfolk or anything?
Orc shaped, right?
It lines up with the heavy footprints that you've been following, so you're guessing an orc.
It's just like a humanoid blob otherwise, though.
Yeah, hard to tell a species from a remnants of a dust shadow.
Fair.
There's not like a chipped orc tusk laying in the
Should we try
no.
Should we try the door?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, well... Sorry.
I'm just going to say I think there's a little bit of urgency at this point in time. I'm sure that our ghostly host is probably beginning to suspect something.
Right, so let's hurry up. Yeah. Jebbert hefts his mace effectively and does the work on the...
This one's hard.
Well, maybe I still succeed.
One more purple.
Nice.
I do. Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent.
Okay. So...
Oh, it's a good thing we brought Jebbert along.
He's basically a living key. It's fantastic.
They call me Skeleton Key, actually.
Oh, that's a really cool name,
I think
mate.
I made more fog.
Why didn't we ever come up with cool nicknames for each other?
What the hell? Do you guys see?
We see
the blob?
13. Yeah,
But
there's like a little.
We do see there's an L.
Yeah.
That's weird. Let's try to remove it again. I think I made like 2 layers of fog, like double fog there. That's not going away. Can you guys see through it, or is it totally?
We can see into the room. No. We can't see through the fog, but we can see into the.
It doesn't look like it's
room.
obscuring anything.
It looks like an office.
Yeah.
Okay. Very weird. Oh, I might have just frozen Owlbear. Or lost internet. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can still
It's
hear you.
working. Yes.
Yes.
I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay.
Albert's
My
working
fog
for me.
tool. I'm gonna refresh Owlbear. Hopefully that doesn't affect you guys. Cave refresh is not working.
It says you left.
Yeah, it just says you left the.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't close the game for you guys.
Nope.
Oh, we're still good.
All right.
Would now be a good time for me to heal Bythmore and myself? Both have 4 wounds. Not to get metagamey, but yeah, Bythmore,
mean-
you're looking a little hurt.
It's just a scratch.
Is there anything in this office that?
Yeah, there's
Would be
definitely
like-
stuff in the office.
Okay.
But there's no immediate threat in the office.
Oh, okay.
So you see a small, tidy office. The first thing that immediately catches your eye is a skeleton of a human, human-sized skeleton anyway. Kind of slumped over the desk over what looks like a diary or journal or something. And the second thing that immediately catches your eye is your cousin Herbal. He is lying on the floor, kind of curled up into the fetal position. He is kind of like links up at you guys blearily as you come in, and he seems like he's not in good condition. And you can also see, looks like a small safe over here on the wall, and like a bar cabinet kind of thing.
Cousin, it's us. Your cousins.
What? Jabber? What are you a ghost?
Oh, we're not ghosts, mate. You look like you're about to be one, though. What'd you get yourself into?
You guys have any food, water?
You should give him one of them apples.
Oh,
fine.
the scones are out there.
I
Well,
give him
here.
my apple.
Okay.
He's getting one of the apples. Whose
That's
apple?
Moore's.
There's one more in the basket. That I
okay.
hadn't attributed.
He scarfs it down rapidly, and he looks like the strength is returning to him, although definitely appears to be still not in great shape. He's like, what are you guys doing here? What happened?
Your mother is very worried about you, and frankly, it seems like she's right to do so.
Yeah, you're probably going to get grounded.
I'm grounded. Oh my gosh, I've been trapped in here for days. I used up all my water and my ration bar.
How'd you get in here anyway?
Well, I unlocked the door.
The ghost man?
And then it. Yeah, okay, listen. There's some
I'm not judging you. I was
really,
asking.
really valuable stuff in here, okay? Listen.
Yeah, we're aware.
Criffin
He found a
Zala.
runebound shard.
Oh,
No,
what?
I didn't.
Let me see it.
No way. It's mine.
Please, come on. Listen, Chris and Zala, someone gave us this job. They said there was going to be a runebound shard in the museum. All we had to do is bring it back. Have you guys seen Criff and Zala?
Nope.
Griff would be the orc, right?
I'm pretty sure at least
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of your companions has shed this mortal coil.
Oh man, I think Zala ate it too. I think, I don't know, we were in the mermaid room and just heard all the rushing water. The doors looked like they were about to slam. I barely got out in time. I have no idea if she made it out.
See, I told you, mermaids, not as interesting as you thought.
That's true. You did warn us.
Mm-hmm.
It's screams and singing I heard. Ugh.
Yeah, they're quite the cacophonous bunch.
So I just got a
listen,
crazy idea.
Hmm.
This museum is haunted, and Kind of every room has been spooky and dangerous. Should we go back and beat up the ghost? And maybe that helps.
And then we just take everything.
Listen, what your runebound shard? What color is it? What does it look like?
Red?
Just red? It's just red.
With like an
Yours is
orange
just red.
core.
Oh yeah, sure, orange. No, this. I'm looking for a different one. They said it would be all kinds of colors.
Yeah, but Herbie, we're just here to help you.
Listen, I made some bad bets. I owe a lot of money to a lot of people. If you guys could help me get that other rune shard, I mean, it would mean a lot.
Yeah, your mom really was right to be worried about you.
Oh,
No.
please don't tell her about this.
Oh, we're going to
Team
tell
Huddle, guys.
Auntie Dara every single thing.
Well, now hold on. I mean, we don't have to tell her everything.
You think you can lie to Auntie Dara?
I mean, if you don't,
I'm just saying we don't say anything to her. It's not the same as lying.
because if you tell her the juicy details, the cousins up to the 15th degree will be aware. Just so you know.
I am skeptical of this lie by omission, but if that's what we wish to do, then
It's better for her if she doesn't know anything.
Look,
Some of
can
these
I call
guys are really
Huddle, guys?
scary.
Real quick,
Oh.
Huddle.
All right, huddle up.
okay.
All right.
Huddle.
I just want to know, what do you guys think? We get the kid out of here, or we do the old runebound shard thing for him?
I think we should beat up the ghost and help out Herbie.
I don't think this is a permanent museum. I believe it's our responsibility to ensure the artifacts here get to their rightful place. That being our bank account and pockets.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well, I guess-
not to be the only dissenting opinion, but honestly, the ghost really didn't do anything to hurt us. In fact, all the trouble we've gotten into is because we were stealing his stuff.
Well, again, I'm
Yeah,
convinced he does not have a permit for this museum.
Speaking about the ghost, your attention is drawn to the skeleton of a man hunched over some kind of diary or journal.
Oh wait, there was a skeleton?
Yeah.
Yep.
At the
I'll
desk.
show it a
Oh,
desk.
sorry, I was upside down. I missed that.
I'll bite. I'll take a look at the diary.
All right, you can kind of push the skeleton aside as you slide the diary out, and
I pull my mace out and do it with my mace.
Okay.
I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, sounds good. The bones kind of clatter to the floor as they're moved. You find this book. The beginning of it seems like it's like a travel journal, except instead of being about travel, it's about like opening this museum, and it's like Ernie Wyver's Journeys, volume like 37 or something, and it's about how he's getting old. He's done with the adventuring life, and he's wants to set up a museum with all the cool stuff he's found and totally not looted from foreign cultures. And there's like stuff about getting the permits. This is the only like building he could find. Stuff about contractors and stuff about nobody's visiting. Like nobody cares about the museum. He can tell his writing is getting more and more bitter, and you get to the point where it seems clear that he's like blaming the world for not visiting his museum, and he's like vowed to trap and kill anybody who enters.
Oh, see, he does have permits.
I do stand corrected. However, he does appear to be a villain. So I think
The permits, to be fair, they have not been renewed in probably 200 years. So,
and also these permits are certainly lapsed. If you knew anything about permitting, you'd know that you have to have current permits.
Okay, I withdraw my objection.
Well, we
Can
should.
we talk about the part in here where he says he's going to trap us all and kill us?
and I'm gonna
Flip this to the point.
flip a story point as this door dramatically swings open, and you see Ernie saying, "Yes, let's talk about that part."
We've come for
It's Ernie!
foreclosure.
So you guys found Herbal. You found the diary detailing Ernie's descent into madness about how nobody appreciates his museum, and he dramatically flung open the doors and announced his presence. He looks quite a bit more menacing than the figure that you remember seeing. There's just like kind of a burning hatred in his eyes that was masked before, and he says that you adventurers think you're so important. Well, let me tell you, nobody's gonna remember you after you're dead. And we can roll initiative here.
That's kind of a deep cut, mate.
Well, I kind of plan on becoming one with the sky, so I don't know if that really applies to me.
What does that even mean?
I figure I can ally myself with some powerful elementals and then leave my physical form behind. I haven't quite figured it out, but...
Well, I do expect you'll be leaving your physical form behind shortly. And he draws a rapier from his belt and points it at you guys, and you also see some other ghosts kind of phase through the walls. They look like adventurers who have died in fairly horrible ways. One of them, his back is like covered in bite wounds. One of them is like missing his whole right arm and head. It's like something large just bit those pieces off of him.
Any tattooed orc ghost?
Yes, there is a orc who's kind of keeps coughing up some kind of gas, and there you also see a catfolk woman who is she's has a lot of like scratch and bite marks on her, and she's also like coughing up a lot of water. And Herbal looks pretty sad to see them, and so I will need everybody to roll initiative. Did
Since
somebody
he
else
went into
talk
that long-winded talk beforehand, can we do cool?
I will let it be cool or vigilance.
Cool.
Or vigilance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys who use RPG sessions, if I have two different types of the same minion group, I need to like clone them, right?
Yeah, you can
yes.
add.
They need to be two different adversaries.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just add another adversary and choose the same adversary and click clone.
Yeah, I don't think
Is
there's
this
any
gonna
way to
clone
do
them
like
in my
multiple
folders
clones.
and stuff, or is it going to
No,
just
it's
use
just for
them
the
on
table.
this table?
Yeah, it's just for
Okay,
this table.
cool.
Morris really wishing he would have eaten that apple.
I will say, since you guys had a while to skim the journal, if you want to have made a heal check or drink a potion or something in the meantime, you could have.
You're
Well,
planning
you know,
on a
I
heal check,
was
you guys. Yeah.
I was planning on casting heal.
Yes, since you did say that you wanted to do that before you went in the office, and I'm okay with adding that in.
I'll just wait for initiative.
Oh yes, sorry, I need to roll for these guys. Is that what I want? I would like to show you guys defense, but not health. Does show stats show both of those things? I don't
Nope.
know.
It is
There's,
the bottom one.
Yeah.
You can see health and defense, or just defense?
Only
For the
defense.
bottom one, yeah, we can see defense, adversary, crits, question mark, but we can't see health for all three.
Okay, cool. That's exactly what I want. Okay, sorry, I gotta roll initiative. Ernie's using cool. So cool.
Let's see.
These guys are using cool. These guys are using cool. Wow, perfectly alternating.
Nice.
Interesting. All right. So each of these are, like I said, minion groups. I'm gonna label them the blue group and the red group.
For my heal spell, I have my signature spell is called Invigorating Charge, and sort of a static electricity shoots out and envelops my friends. So it has additional target and range.
Okay.
Using my staff gives me range for free, and then signature spell reduces it. So it's just an easy check.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh,
Not
So no
easy
successes.
enough.
Yeah. So I do have 4 advantage there. I think that heals strain.
I would be
By
okay
the
with
wording of the
you
spell.
healing yours or other people's strain with that, as long as you're going to end up with at least 2 strain after the spell cast.
Right. So yeah, I'll spend 3 advantage to heal strain, leaving me with 2, and it should have gotten rid of 5 more as 2 strain. Sorry, it's been a while since I've cast the spell that I cast most often.
Well, some people have messy signatures, so it's fine.
It's this. There's no natural light down here. It's very confining. And then if I could use that last advantage
No, go
to
ahead.
pass
Yeah.
a blue die onto the next PC to go.
Yep, that sounds good. And I will also say you find a complete pamphlet with the map. Wait, Albert does not like it when I adjust the fog for some reason. Yeah, so I'm going to fuck around with the fog while one of the PCs can take their turn. So what you see, each of these groups has 3 ghostly adventures. This one has Zala in it. This one has Kriff in it, among some others that you don't recognize.
What are the ranges we're looking at here?
Okay, sorry. Yes. The blue ones I'm gonna say are short range from you guys, Ernie, and the red ones are gonna be medium range. It's like a decent sized garden room.
a
You
quick
said
question.
Ernie's medium?
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, you guys see a pamphlet with the whole museum layout.
Everything is revealed.
Yes.
I have a quick question. Is taking a potion is a maneuver, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And grabbing it's a maneuver too, to dig it out of your bags.
I
Yeah.
usually let people just take and grab
okay.
with just a maneuver. And that'll go for the apples as well.
Cool.
All right, so who wants to take the first slot?
I
Um,
won't.
I'll go ahead and take the first slot. So I am going to pop my health potion right off the bat.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast my signature spell, which is called Rapid and with Force. And when I call on it, you guys can kind of smell the scent of salt water and hear waves crashing, and you can kind of hear the sound of seagulls, and the room darkens just a bit as these kind of gray clouds kind of roll over me, and then this kind of wind whips around me. Hopefully, I haven't rolled it yet. So this is an augment spell with divine health, haste, and swift, but I get divine health for free because of my holy icon, and I also reduce a difficulty because of signature spell.
Sweet. Sounds cool. I hope it works.
Yeah, so do I.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh, wow.
There we go.
All
All right, so that's cool. So basically, because of augment, I add a green die to all of my checks. I get +2 wound threshold. I take my second maneuvers for free, and I ignore
Nice.
difficult terrain as long as I am concentrating on the spell.
Do you have haste and swift in that one?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Okay.
And Divine Elf.
Yeah, yeah.
Very neat.
All
Oh, no.
right. And what I will say is that you feel like a great quantity of seawater in this area, like behind the wall, and when you get this like flowing seawater scent and stuff, it comes like out from under this door, and it's not like a ton of it or anything, but there is actually seawater in the area, and that is where it comes from.
Cool. Did you take a
Nice.
maneuver, Bismore?
Yeah, I took a potion. So
Right.
All right, so that's it for
and
you.
then I have a second maneuver, but even
That's
though I
true.
can take it for free, I don't know if I want to go charging right in quite yet. But
Probably
yeah,
not.
I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
charge in
hang.
yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang back, and so I'll just save that up and just keep concentrating. Oh no, I will spend my second maneuver to counterspell.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
All right. So Ernie directs his ghost adventurers group onward, and they come up, and so they are kind of blocking the doorway now, so it's going to be a little difficult to get out. I guess I'll call it difficult terrain to weave through a bunch of ghosts.
All right.
And they are going to take a swing at Smidge, who appears to be in the doorway.
Oops.
So this is group 2. Do they have weapons? Oh wow, that's great. They do.
Great for who?
For me to
The
say.
game table.
And they are not going to aim.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, wow. Okay. It is stun damage, so it's not too bad. So that's going to be 5 damage that pierces 2, which is going to be taken as strain.
Good thing it's stun damage because otherwise I would be unconscious.
Well, I still going
No.
to roll a critical injury on you. Oops, that's not how wounds work. And there you go.
Sorry, is that cool?
No, yeah, of course. Yeah, so I mean, you're distracted. There are ghostly adventures. Zala kind of gets her claws in your shoulder, and although her hand passes through, your shoulder feels very like numb and cold.
Ah, that tickles!
And that is their turn. Who's up next?
Can I go next? I'm
Take
gonna
it.
buff all of us. So okay.
Take it.
I'm gonna do my signature spell, which is mirror image, range, and additional illusion. So that would make it. So I get the mirror image for free. So that would make it 3 difficulty. With the signature spell, it reduces it to 2 difficulty.
Okay.
And
So it's mask with mirror image and additional illusion
yeah.
and range?
Yep.
Or no?
It's
Okay.
mask,
Yep.
yeah, with mirror image, range, and additional illusion effects.
Okay, so it'd be up to
Would be-
4 and then down to 2.
Yes, exactly. And
Okay,
then I'm gonna and then can I still use the component, the threads that I took from everyone? Or do you want me to spend a story point to like summon that?
No, you don't need to spend a story point. You can have grabbed more thread than you needed the first time.
Okay, cool.
Maybe a couple of beard hairs.
Ow.
The question is, do I want to upgrade this with a story point anyway? Yeah, I'm gonna spend a story point to upgrade this, get some story points moving. Yeah, Shmu's gonna begin casting. He's like, now, see, if you would all have read my dissertation, you'd understand the true power of illusions, not tricks. And 3 successes, 3 advantages.
Which is all
So
but one of us.
I think that means you can hit 3 people, right?
So I get
Because you
the
get 2 by
one.
default.
All but one of
Yeah.
us.
Oh, all but one of us, yes.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah, so 3 by default plus 1 extra advantage to spend on whatever. So yeah, I'll hit everyone except for Shmu. And
Okay.
I think I'll just use the 1 advantage to pass a blue to the next slot, as basically like everyone sort of Doctor Strange style, this sort of like steps out from their, like an astral self like steps away from them, and there's just like now 2 of everyone else.
All right, sounds good. So reading mask, it looks like, since obviously they're not going to be like distracted in this case, it's basically the mirror image effect is what you're giving everyone.
Yeah, so until the spell ends, so while I maintain concentration, 3 threat or a despair
can basically
spent to
negate the attack.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool. All right. Is that everything? Maybe are there little overlays you can add? No, I can turn you into scenery. That's not really what I want.
And I'm gonna move to the. You said there's a safe and a.
The safe is back here behind Jebert.
Okay.
Like a wall safe, and there's a bar cabinet here. I mean, you haven't opened it. It's the kind of cabinet that would have a bunch of booze and fancy glasses, and then it's a skeleton.
A bar cabinet. I
desk.
thought you meant like there's a bar in front of it.
No, sorry.
Can I move to this safe then? And I will not do anything at that. I'll just spend. I'm not gonna spend strain on a second maneuver. I'll spend my maneuver to like move to the safe and engage with it.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'm like over here,
next NPC set goes. Ernie is going to send more in Ghost Adventures. They are going to turn their action into a maneuver to move twice, and not make any attacks this round.
Take the slot, Smidge.
PC, which sounds like it'll be Smidge.
Okay. I'm engaged with this first group here. So
yeah, the blue ones you're engaged. I'll move them a little closer to you.
All right, I don't get a free maneuver because of that critical, so I'll spend 2 strain to float backward through the air. And then I'm going to pound my staff on the floor and say, I just don't like that there's no natural light in here. And I cast a lightning attack spell.
All right, Ernie is like, fine, the skylight needs dusting. I'll give you that.
Okay, so with my elementalist talent, I get to add lightning for free.
Yes.
The staff adds range for free,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
but I do still need to increase the difficulty by 1 because I want to use the auto fire.
Yes, so you'll be at average.
So I'm going to initially target this group that's right in the doorway, but with
Okay.
auto fire, as long as it's not any more difficult, I can target other groups in range.
Let's see. Ernie has more defense than the other ones. So if you want to hit him, you need to include that. If you just want to get the
Okay.
ghosts, then you're good.
Yeah, if possible. I mean, I'll start with this group in the doorway and see where we go.
Okay. So they have a ranged defense, which it looks like got added automatically. Oof.
Oh, goodness gracious. Not sure I've had a successful roll yet. Was there
I'll have
a blue
advantage,
die
though.
passed?
Oh, there was. Yeah.
It was a blue die pass. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it can't give me 2 successes, but.
No, but more advantage maybe.
Or
nothing.
nothing.
Or just
Or
a
nothing.
blank. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay,
All right.
that is a lot of
Well,
advantage though.
It is. Let's see here. Honestly, like I'm really high on my strain threshold. I'd like to use 1 to pass a blue die on to Jebbert since he hasn't gone yet.
And take the rest for strain.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to. So
that
as
sounds good.
this like lightning, builds up in the little gem on the end of my staff and begins to arc outward, but crackles through the air and just sort of encompasses my body, but doesn't go any further. Darn it, man! I just can't seem to get things going today.
The ghostly adventurers draw back a little bit from the lightning, but when they see it doesn't seem to harm them, they narratively advance. Mechanically, they don't do anything. Last
Ernie.
NPC, Ernie. Ernie is going to be like, that's a fancy light show. And he's going to come up and also try to hit Smidge.
Yeah, I suppose I disengaged, but I didn't really.
Oh, you know what?
maneuver
Yes, sorry, you did disengage. So you could be.
But I didn't. I don't think it necessarily meant that I moved anywhere. I just kind of got away from them.
He's just going for whoever he sees. So if you moved further away, he'd probably be going for Bithmore. So I will have him target Bithmore.
Sorry, Bithmore.
Bring it on.
I'm not supposed to be a frontline guy.
Okay, do you have any defense or anything?
2 soak.
Zero successes, 2 advantages. Okay, he doesn't manage to hit you, but he's hitting you while he's like partially phased into the wall. So whoever goes for him next gets a setback on his attack, on their attack. I mean, it's gonna be Jebbert. It's gonna be his.
Yeah.
Okay. So last PC slot.
Okay. So Jebber's just gonna rush in with the first maneuver into that big old roadblock here.
You going for the Ghost Adventurers?
Are both Ernie and the blue ghosts engaged to each other?
Everybody would be in short range, but it would be difficult terrain to get to this group. I would say there's a big pile of engaged right here.
All right, so I'll join the pile. And
Okay. Which maybe I'll regret if somebody adds blast to a spell, but
Oh well. Jabber's gonna go. He's gonna rush for Ernie and
Okay.
try to go for an attack here with the mace.
So he's got 2 melee defense and 1 additional setback for his advantage.
Okay. Adversary, maybe? Yes, 1.
Mhm.
Okay, and I see there's a floating blue. Should that be gone? Somebody give me a
I
blue.
think that was from
Yeah,
the last roll you
All right.
made.
I passed it with my advantage. One of my
Oh,
advantage.
but
Right, yep.
Smidge did give another one, so you should have one after all.
Okay, so I'll add that. And
Let me get this
yeah,
set
yeah,
back
just
too.
what it is. Let's see what happens. Something happens.
Well.
Classic Genesys. 3 failures and a triumph.
Yeah. You fail well, man. Okay, I'd like to just bank that triumph for half a second. With my second maneuver, assuming I could do it with just a maneuver, I'd like to blow the horn of the dragon caller. See what that does, and then determine maybe if I want to spend my triumph on something related.
Okay. Give me a coercion check.
Oh, good.
You have a 1 willpower. With 2 boosts. What is their? They don't have much discipline. It'll be against a red and a purple. And if you want to spend the triumph to upgrade your check, you could.
Sure, let's do that.
Man, the
All right.
difficulty dice on that last check. Look how they came
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Doing a lot of work
Okay,
there.
well, you go coercion. I'm putting some faith in it. Maybe shouldn't. Yeah.
Oof.
I blow the horn.
So it, as you blow it, you're expecting a horn noise, but it sounds exactly like the roar of a dragon, and that alarms you a little bit, and you take a strain. And
Oh, that's scary.
the ghost adventurers, they look around in confusion for a moment, but they see that it's just a gnome with a horn, and are not affected.
Good party trick, though. I have to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. And that one is once per encounter, or probably
Good
once
to
per
know.
session, to be honest. But
Great.
okay.
All right. That's it. That's it.
All right. So we're back to the top of the next round.
I
PC
wouldn't mind
slots.
taking this again.
Go for it.
All right. Yeah. So Jebber jumped in the melee pile and tried to go for Ernie with a big wild mace. Little live ghost just dancing around. So, fine, fuck it. I'll attack the other ghosts. So he does that.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
these
did
are
you
just,
spend that triumph from the last turn?
yeah, it was an upgrade on the coercion.
Oh, sorry.
Those
Boom.
blue dice really let you down.
Yeah. So it's just average on the minion group, right?
Yes. Regular old difficulty. They do have 1 defense, but
Okay.
it
Here
should
we go.
go automatically. Ooh, man.
No.
I can see why you don't like the table.
Doors are
well,
easy, but these guys like move and stuff.
This is terrible.
You got 3 advantage.
Yeah,
That's
good
not bad.
advantages.
You know what? With the advantages, if that's fine with you, I'll couple it with having maneuvers I need, but essentially kind of disperse this melee. Like, it's not usefully, well, he's not hitting with damage any ghost, but he just made a path, basically just barreled through.
Oh, okay.
And-
So like push them out of the way, no more difficult terrain to get through this area or something like that. Yeah, that sounds fine. So I could move like you guys and you out. Is that what you want, or?
Yeah, something like that. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then he'll disengage and put himself in the center of this triangle, and that's my turn.
Sounds good. All right. Ernie is gonna take this slot, and he turns to Jebber and he says, "Hey, that's my horn." and he's going to try to.
If he's casting magic, I forgot to say the last time, but I am counterspelling.
He is stabbing with a rapier.
Got it.
Do you have any defense or anything, Jebert? Snurf, Jebert.
Sorry, what?
Do you have any defense?
My bad. I don't.
Okay. Uh-oh, that's way too many dice. Okay. This.
Whew.
Wow. Okay. Oh, he should have aimed. Oh well. Yeah, he darts forward to try and pierce you with his rapier, but you dodge out of the way. Who is
Slippery encounter.
the
On both
next?
sides.
Yeah. Next slot.
I'd be happy to go.
Go for it.
All right. Let's try this lightning attack again. I'll target Ernie.
All right, he's short range, has 2 range defense.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Well, 1 hit anyway. So that's another, like a, I clack the bottom of the staff against the floor, and just a bolt of lightning shoots out and hits Ernie in the back, I guess, right? Because he's facing away.
Yeah, he's facing Jebert. Okay, so he takes a pretty significant amount of damage from this. This being magical energy, he like gets hit by the lightning, and he does like the cartoon thing where you can see his skeleton, which is weird because the skeleton's in the corner of the room and it's definitely not in his ghost.
Is he Scooby-Dooing us?
And if he is Scooby-Dooing, it's pretty impressive because he was phasing through doors and walls. And he looks pretty hurt by that. And we have another NPC slot.
I got you that time, you boring old ghost.
Boring.
I'm gonna pass that. I'm gonna pass the blue to the next act.
All right. You have walked through my museum and you dare call me boring? He turns to Smidge and he motions to his ghost adventures and he says, "Deal with this one." And the ghost adventures are going to come up to Jebert. This is group 1. That is 4 damage that pierces 2.
Yeah, so nothing.
Okay. Yeah, they swing their spectral blades through you and you feel nothing.
Boy, Jebert sure is tough.
Yeah, Fred Jebert has 6 soak. That's crazy.
We got another PC slot.
I'm gonna spend my slot to try and crack this safe in case there's something in there that will help us. So if someone else wants to go,
Sure, I'll
makes
go.
more sense. Okay.
So
right.
I'm gonna go ahead and just call upon my heroic ability. So I'll spend a maneuver, and then basically that gives me the advantage of having a special ability on my signature weapon, and
Okay.
that gives it manipulative.
Okay.
So this kind of storm that's been whirling around me actually intensifies, and you can I almost kind of like ride forward on a wave, and I am going to punch the crap out of Ernie with my thunder mitts. Oh, I'm sorry. I named them Nimbus Knucklers.
I like Thundermits better.
Yep.
Sounds good. He's got 2 melee defense and adversary 1.
Nice.
So I don't. I'm not able to activate the manipulative, but as kind of this just like wind courses through. Oh, I actually have one more green because I'm augmented.
Whoa, nice.
So,
Okay.
Very cool.
so that changes the damage to 7. So
7
I just
damage.
kind of hit him with the force of a crashing wave.
All right. So you yeah, so you hit him with this force. Your signature weapon, I would say, is probably magical, so it seems like it affects him just fine. And you basically punch him, and the blast of air that comes out completely dissipates him.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah, he has no soak. He has resistance to, like non-magical things. Like cuts it in half. But you guys all made spellcasters, and the one who didn't took a signature weapon. So, yeah. So he dissipates entirely. The ghost adventurers seem like they're kind of moving slowly and like purposelessly. They seem like they've lost their direction. They're just kind of wandering around. And all the like wood and furniture and plants and stuff that you see in this room just totally like shrivel up or rot or warp. And like the furniture suddenly looks like it's broken down and stuff. The things that you had taken, they don't seem affected.
I told you, illusions. This no ghosts. This is just illusion magic.
I mean, your
I'm
crown
pretty
is
sure I just punched a
still pretty
ghost, mate.
solid.
Can I just say that Ghost Adventures sounds like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
I'm
Well,
sure
he
it
was,
actually probably was at some point. Do they
yeah, these
still
guys are like
have?
kind of wandering around.
Yeah, I'd say one of the Ghost the Adventurer groups still has a turn, right? For this last NPC
I
slot.
mean, we're basically out of initiative. They were
Oh,
being
okay.
directed by him, so they are kind of
They're just gonna wander
wandering off, doing ghostly things.
Maybe we need to send them back to where they came
They're
from.
just
though.
wandering off, rattling chains, moaning, generally.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye.
Well, can I still try? Is the safe decrepit now, or is it still hard to open?
It looks very rusted, whereas before it looked pristine. But you could still try to open it, but there's going to be a setback.
I am going to try to open it.
Okay,
I
it's
guess.
going to be a hard skullduggery.
Okay. Could I just like try and force it open with like a brawl?
Oh, sure.
Okay, because my brawl keys off of my cunning actually.
Oh, okay. So clever application of leverage, then, I guess.
Actually, I need to refresh though, because I think is this? Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's hard. You said or
Hard with a setback. And yeah.
You doing like the 1-inch punch here?
Yeah, Shmoo like very close, like squints at the safe and like looks at his fist and brings it really close to like this particular spot in the safe and just lets loose from about an inch and a half away. And you hear a loud thud, and you just hear Shmoo. Ah, damn it! This is why I did illusion magic, not geometrics and maths.
Can you illusion the safe open?
Again, I don't think you understand how my studies work. I read my dissertation. It will make all of this easier to talk about.
Shmuel, I gotta be honest. I can't
Herbal
read.
is like is he gone? Can we get the shard now?
Oh yeah, rainbow shard. Yeah. You know where that is?
I know he is. Can I see the map that you guys found?
Oh yeah, here you go.
He says, okay, I went this way. There was a lot of bugs, pretty awful. Don't touch any of them. It wasn't in there. And then there was a bunch of paintings in here. It wasn't there either, but I did kiss a nymph and I got this, and he holds out a really nice looking sword. So that's not bad. And it wasn't in here either. That's where Zala must have died.
Speaking of where these ghosts died, can I use some divine magic to send them to their final rest?
Sure. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to call this average with a setback, I guess. Because they died in particularly terrible ways. So they have some resistance to moving on. And this will be a divine spell.
Sure.
But while you're trying to exercise them, they're just like wandering around, knocking random crap over, and like just moaning and rattling chains.
One of them is like holding. He's like missing a hand. He's like holding. He's like, "Why did I say that? Why did I say that?" And then another one is like, his back is all burnt. He's like, "Shouldn't have touched it." So
Nice.
I hold my holy icon up, which is it's like a kind of a gray thunderstorm with a wave in front of it and a little lightning bolt for a handle. And I cant some prayers and make some symbols and cast this divine spell to release them from their eternal wanderings.
and they also dissipate, although less violently than Ernie did. And you just get the pleasant smell of the ocean breeze, but one that doesn't have a bunch of rotting fish or anything in it. Fills the room, and you feel like their souls have been set at ease, and the undead sort of presence that you detected in this museum you don't feel anymore.
I guess I'll just spend the advantage to heal a strain, and then I'll take 2 for casting the spell.
Sounds good.
Should
Also,
we do a strain recovery or?
yeah,
Oh,
this is
right.
the end of an encounter. You can make one of those. Also, when Ernie dissipated, the keyring that he was using, which was real, fell to the ground.
How do you do your strain recovery
Yeah,
rolls?
do you give advantage, like 2-to-1 conversion?
You get
or...
nothing.
Ever.
Dun, dun,
No
dun.
strain, nothing.
Nothing for advantages, no.
Okay.
Does Triumph do anything? I don't think anything does anything except for advantage, right? Or
Yeah,
success.
Triumph doesn't do anything.
It gave
technically.
you another success, but yeah.
Yay!
I just try to keep these ones as simple as possible.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm gonna suggest, so Shmoo sort of suggests looking at the map that we have, that we go to this chamber with the
That is
Spear.
labeled the planetarium on the map.
Before we head out, I reach into my pack and I say, "Hey, Smidge," and I toss him a stamina elixir.
Oh, geez. Gosh, thank you. That's really nice. Having seen Shmoo struggle with that safe, could I try a skullduggery on it?
Sure.
We did get the keys from Ghostman, Ernie. Maybe this
This
piece of
is
the safe
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
I think this would be like a combination safe or something, not a key
Okay.
safe.
Maybe there's a little tag with the code written on the key.
It's a biometric lock, actually.
Actually, the safe isn't there. It's an illusion.
I told you.
I will say if you want to do a knowledge check to try to glean together what the combination could be from what you know of his journal or something like that, I would allow that as well. Or skullduggery. Both of them are.
I have like
setback.
I have aphasia except for learning stuff. So sorry, you said it was hard with a setback, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Skullduggery or adventuring lore. Adventuring knowledge.
You
rather.
skulldug
The
it.
key to opening a safe is understanding that there is no safe.
All right, so inside you find fairly preserved a little stash. Well, I mean a pretty decent sized stash of gold pieces that are, or silver, I guess is what Terrinoth uses, that are still intact, and there are roughly 450 silver.
Oh, gross. There's just money in here.
I mean,
Herbal
after we
perks up
get
just money. Oh, I can. I don't.
Well, I'll
mind
just put it in my
talking about
pouch and we'll worry about it later.
that. Oh, okay.
after we distribute it to the whole Cousins network, we'll have at least 2 silvers each, guys.
You guys are constantly just getting like 1 silver, 3 silver mailed to wherever you live from what everybody's doing.
That's enough to buy another one of those orc beers. Oh, why did my voice change?
Yeah, that's
I
You
suddenly
sobered
started
up.
talking like Smidge. Like, what the hell?
like, who the hell's this guy?
I had a frog in me throat.
There's more cousins showing up.
All right. So, which way are you guys heading? I guess I can remove these ghosts. I mean,
through the old mermaid chamber, mates.
heading through the mermaid chamber.
Well, is there still
Herbal-
water seeping out underneath the door?
No.
Okay.
It was just a little bit when Bithmore did his thing.
Okay.
Herbal is like I don't know about going that way, guys.
I'm sure it's fine now.
We got to see the dragon, and we all outvoted, Bithmore at the start. So it's only fair that we get to see the mermaid now, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, but
You guys never even saw the tyrant lizard.
But we saw the dragon, so it's fine.
we know if we go through the armored room, we're not going to be ensorcelled by some aquatic hybrid.
I don't see this damn mermaid before we leave this museum. I'm gonna throw a fit.
Oh my god! Fine. Yes, you and the mermaids. Yes. Fine. Let's go take a look at the she-fish.
All right.
Bithmore starts hopping back and forth from one foot to the other and clapping. And he's like, mermaids, mermaids, mermaids.
Is anybody taking the keys?
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll go back and get him.
I mean, you guys can break down all the doors if you want, but
At this point, since we
Yeah,
have keys.
I think we just grab the keys.
I'm
and
like
open
punching the door.
yeah. So it takes a bit, but you find the right key. And in this room, you find so the big thing that draws your attention in the center room is the mummy of a mermaid. And this is not like any mermaid you have seen or heard of in legends. This thing is horrifying. I don't know if you guys know what a Fiji mermaid is, but it was like a old school explorer said he found a mermaid, but really he sewed the top half of a monkey to the bottom half of a fish, and it tricked everyone for a while because it was probably like the 1600s or something, and everybody was dumber. Or, and this resembles that, but it's like man-sized. Yeah.
You want that thing to be your girlfriend?
Bithmore's heart literally
This-
just drops. This is the worst mermaid I've ever seen.
You also see, so scattered around the room, there's all kinds of nautical instruments. There's like a pirate treasure chest. There's an enormous clam. And you see a very fancy looking trident hanging on the wall.
Is there a mer daddy anywhere?
You only see the one mermaid.
Yeah, wait,
It's a
are
mer
they-
mummy, right?
I see. I
Oh,
get it.
haha, okay.
That's the reaction I always want. Is oh haha.
Oh, that's what you just did to us.
I mean, I do like the idea of just like there being mermaids, and then the male version is literally there's mer daddies.
A mer
I think that
daddy.
is actually pretty funny.
Yeah. And as you guys are in here, you can give me a hard perception or vigilance. It could be a group check if you want.
So I've
Would be a
got
yellow
those
and 3
four.
green.
I have a yellow
Yeah.
in perception. Or 1 rank in perception.
I have 3 greens, but I have more vigilance than that. I think I have a yellow and 3 greens for vigilance.
Sounds like it's gonna be a yellow and 3
Oh no,
greens.
4 greens. 4 greens
Oh,
is
nice.
all I've got.
Does anyone have vigilance?
I think I have 1 rank.
It's gonna be 1 yellow, 3 green regardless.
Oh no, I don't. I'm sorry. Yeah. Who wants to lead it? There we go.
And it's
what was the
it's hard.
difficulty?
3 purples. But I will give you actually a boost since Herbal warned you there are dangerous things in here. Oh, you actually... Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll take the second roll. Okay, so you see from where you sensed a bunch of seawater, you see like some kind of like stones on the walls that look like they might have little like nozzles or drains or something, kind of resembling the gas trap room. And you also see like a grate on the floor. Not like an iris type thing that looks like it could open or close, and what looks like it could be a bunch of like cat hair stuck to the grate.
Oh, bummer.
Is there anything special about this trident?
Yes, it looks like it's still in pristine condition despite everything else in the room kind of rotting or tarnishing. So there definitely seems to be something special about it.
Perhaps before you grab that trident, we should open all exits to this room just to be safe.
Man, go for it. Herbal, you said you were in here. Is it anything to do with this trident that made the the big sploosh?
No, I don't remember anyone touching the trident. We were just walking, and then all of a sudden there was just water rushing and coming in, and I swear that thing moved. And he points to the mermaid.
All right then, and I grabbed the trident.
Well, let me open this door here. How?
Yeah. So you open the door, no problem. and you get the trident. You see a little plaque as you pick it up that calls it the Fish Pinner. And this is a where is it?
+2 pitchfork.
Yeah, +2 to pitchfork. No, it's a light spear from the Terrinoth rulebook, which has the superior and reinforced properties, and if you throw it, it comes back to your hand.
Nice.
I start throwing it and bringing it back, just like
Mhm.
across the room.
Yeah, totally.
Cool track there.
And I will flip dark side point as you are kind of moving around throwing this thing.
Dark side.
You step on a little bit of a raised stone on the floor, and Herbal says, "Yeah, that was it." And water starts pouring into the room. Since the doors are open, it is not going to fill up, but the mermaid is starting to move.
Whack it.
I hit it with the fish pinner.
All right. Give me a melee check.
Is this melee heavy?
I
Light.
think it's light.
Spear is like my favorite melee light weapon. Melee light weapon.
Accurate defensive is pretty
Melee?
good.
Melee.
Melee.
With just the normal 2 difficulty.
Yeah. Actually, I'll give you a couple boost on this since you're attacking a aquatic creature with the fish pinner. That seems like a reasonable magical property.
It's also on like a raised dais that more or less makes it easy to hit, I would think.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, so you just as like it's moving slowly but getting faster and faster, and as soon as you as soon as you take a stab at it, it dodges you and is kind of flopping around in the ankle deep water in here. If you guys want to take this opportunity to run away and close the door or whatever, you can. Otherwise, it'll be a combat encounter with this thing.
Yeah, let's bravely run away.
I believe a tactical retreat is in order.
Yeah, I think spooky. Let's close the door.
Yeah, Herbal is terrified of this thing. He's like back up against this wall, hands outstretched, like inching around it, trying to get out of there.
Oh, guys, I get it. When the room fills up, that thing can swim around.
I mean, you are the ocean expert.
All right, you guys find yourselves in the picture gallery. There are 6 paintings in here. The paintings look incredibly realistic, like you could just step inside them. One of them has a table with dogs, which appear to be playing some kind of gambling dice game. One of them has a portrait of a nymph who's laying down next to a lake, and she kind of waves coyly at Herbal, and he blushes and waves back. There is a still life painting of a basket of fruit. There is a dwarf sitting in front of a table with a massive pitcher of ale, and there is a painting that appears to be melting, but there is like some kind of large golden artifact inside, and there is one that has a it's like some kind of adventure looking guy. He's at the top of a large cliff looking down over a foggy landscape.
Oh, these are nice. Let's go.
Recognize 2 of those. Might want to put a pin on that, because my gut is telling me that in this haunted museum, maybe the rune shard is in one of these. But let's just come back later.
I mean, on the way
Yeah.
out, we could just grab all these paintings, right?
Agreed.
That's also a good idea.
I think the implication is if we touch the paintings, something's going to happen.
Yeah,
The implication, what does that mean?
I went into
It's-
that one and I kissed the nymph and she gave me a sword.
Yes, we don't
Look
need
at you,
any stories
Herbal.
about your smooching quests.
Sounds like a metaphor to me. Look at this cutie, all mysterious up here on the ridge with the fog below.
Oh, yeah, that's
Anyway,
my
let's move
favorite.
on.
All right, you guys can
Sorry.
move on.
I would try to get a sword, but I've already got this dope pitchfork, so.
Yeah, I think.
Up.
Yeah,
All right, yeah, no worries if everybody moves on. The next room that you unlock is the Hall of Athos and Laketon. Herbal. Oops, I moved Jabber. Herbal doesn't recognize this one. He says he didn't go through this one. You see 2 enormous warrior statues. And you can also see like a display case that has all kinds of like coins and stuff that you don't recognize. And the soldiers have like symbols and stuff on their shields that you have never heard of. And then there's this strange face-shaped rock here that has a kind of like an easel with a like an advertisement about it, and it says like try the mouth of Laketon. What room is this? Sorry, I got lost in my notes. Test your luck. Place your arm inside and swear a worthy oath.
Who's going first? Nobody? All right, I'll do it.
Sounds like a terrible idea. All right. Good luck.
this seems obviously bad.
Oh, no. This one's got an easel saying to do it, so it's got to be legit. And I stick my arm in his mouth,
All right.
and I swear an oath.
What oath do you swear?
It's a Tempest Orison. I don't know. It's my allegiance to chaos magic.
All right. Is this something that you truly believe?
I mean, Bithmore embodies this power, and he's been granted it. He believes it.
All right. You feel kind of a strange sensation around your arm.
Oh, it tickles, guys.
Not painful exactly. And when you withdraw and there's just kind of this like a deep pulse that everybody just kind of like feels in their bones. And when you remove your arm, you see that you have a like magical bracer, like Wonder Woman style bracer, that's kind of like plating the arm that you stuck in, and like a bracelet kind of thing. It doesn't encompass the hand. And you sense that this is a magical shield. With the maneuver, you can turn it into a large shield or back into a bracer, and it has no encumbrance value while it's a bracer. And
Jeez, that's pretty cool.
doesn't seem to have any way to remove it, though.
That's like how
Oh, man.
Bithmore is leaving this just like fully equipped.
You got to learn how to take some risks, mates.
Definitely.
One day you're gonna stick your hand in something and you're gonna completely discombobulated and vanish into nothing.
You're going to see
Well,
the
you-
wrong easel. It's going to give you bad instructions. But whenever you see easels, you're just like, yes, I should do what the easel says. It's a 3-legged tripod thing. What does it? It can't lie.
Listen, all I can say is if I get smoked one day, it was all worth it for all the cool shit I got.
We will equitably distribute your loot to all of the cousins, of course.
Yes.
Except for that thing, it doesn't look like it's coming off.
Man, if only I worked
that's what
out a
bone
little bit
saws
more,
are
I could
for.
use all this cool warrior gear.
Well, you could use a shield at least. Still, doesn't have any cumbersome. You can throw the spear.
It's never too late for a career change.
Okay.
I can give you tips if you want.
Yeah, that's true.
You will have to train up, mate.
The first step is to get kidnapped by orcs and train with them for
Yes.
50 years.
Exactly. And then you'll be a buff. No.
Oh, the Tony Stark method of success. Well, the first step is to be born fabulously wealthy and with a vast network of connections.
Points to his biceps and he's like, I built these guns in a cave. Okay, so this door is labeled the planetarium. There is a sign on it that says out of order, and a sign on the door, and through kind of a crack in the bottom of the door, you can see kind of some weird flashing lights, and occasionally you hear like a zoop, a lot of weird sounding magical noises coming from inside.
I mean, that does
Well,
sound
I guess
promising.
this is right.
Somebody roll
Okay,
the roulette wheel.
I'll unlock the door.
Oh, you're crazy. I wouldn't even do that.
Wait, what?
And you see, there is a large gem floating in the air. It looks a bit rune shardy. It's got all kinds of crazy light glows coming from it, and then there's these rings. They're doing like the sci-fi rings that orbit a big glowing thing, so they're all rotating in like a different direction. Looks really cool. And then up on the around the walls and the ceiling, you can see somehow this effect is producing like a map of the night sky and the constellations and stuff like that. But it's it's very wonky. It's kind of like shifting around. Constellations aren't quite shaped the way they should be. And then the glowing orb starts to glow a lot brighter all of a sudden, and just going to roll a poly dice real quick. And a beam shoots out from the orb. It's like a fiery scorching ray, and it like streaks across the wall and then dissipates, and the thing goes back to glowing its normal crazy amount instead of its briefly super crazy amount.
Are we within short range of the orb?
I would say you could be, yeah.
Could I move to short range and cast an attack with manipulate attached to it, which I can do for free, Books of Favor of the Fae?
Yes, but this is not the intended way for this thing to be removed from this thing, as in like whoever built it did not intend for this. So this is going to be inherently upgraded the difficulty.
Sure.
And I'm also going to flip a story point.
Oh, I see.
I mean,
I feel like it's
You're
you.
trying
You
to-
don't want me to.
No, I want you to. I want it to go very badly though.
Okay, so that's a purple and a red on this.
Yeah, so it'll be 2 reds after I flip the story point.
Would it be two? No, it'd be. Would it be? Because it's 1 purple for base difficulty, plus you upgraded.
Yeah, I'm saying this
Okay, you're
act
gonna
is
give it an
inherently
extra red. Okay.
dangerous. Yeah.
Okay, cool. 2 reds. All right. Oh, here we go.
Good luck.
Nice.
Successes. The most frustrating roll for a GM. Yeah, 3 successes.
The table finally turned to
No,
your favor.
no manipulative.
No
though.
manipulative though. Yeah, shoot. Okay.
Oh no!
You just bang it.
You just
Yeah.
struck the woundstone.
Yeah. I guess that's what for. Well, it does my intellect and damage.
It'd be 7 damage.
So it's 7 plus. I have my implement, so I don't know.
Wait,
One is plus
our
3.
rune-bound shards, are they destroyable?
I would say it would be harder
not.
than 7 damage or whatever this ends up being.
Okay, yeah, it'd be 10
10
damage.
with the wand.
I hand Shmoo the Immolation Rune, and I go, try this.
Well,
Wait,
okay,
wait.
so
What if I were to summon an elemental and have them try to take it?
you didn't roll the advantage to activate the manipulate, is what you were saying.
Yeah, it just does 10 flat
Okay.
damage. It doesn't do any. It doesn't pop it a range band or anything.
I see. Okay. Yeah. So this this energy that you sent in hits the orb and does not dislodge it. It seems like the orb kind of absorbs it even, and it's
Well,
going to add a setback
I am
to the
out
next
of
attempt.
ideas.
I mean,
We should just reach up and grab it.
Yeah.
With our hands?
Okay,
So the
was there
rings-
any way?
The rings are spinning really, really fast. So reaching up and grabbing it would probably go in. If you guys want to go further in the room, you might be able to check some other things out.
Okay, I tiptoe warily into the room. It's like
Okay.
hugging the side of the wall.
All right. Anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, I'll do the same on the other side of the wall.
All right. Bum.
I'll stay out here and make sure nothing goes wrong, guys.
Oh, now you all of a sudden you're feeling trepidatious.
All right. Where are you positioned, Smidge?
Sorry.
All right. Let's see here. As you guys are slowly creeping in, the orb starts doing its bigger light show again, and a beam of light shoots out at Jebbert. How do I remove these adversaries? Remove. Jebbert, do you have any defense? You don't, right?
Do not.
Okay. Ooh. All right, you
Oh boy.
Ouch.
take that is going to be 7 damage, and so a bluish white beam suddenly emits from the thing and like rakes across you, and you find yourself frozen and stuck to the wall, so you're ensnared. Everybody, you guys who are in the room can contribute to a group perception or arcana check after this happens.
Jebbert yelps. This was a bad idea.
I mean,
Is Arcana your magic of choice?
That is Shmooze.
Yeah, that's my.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, my Arcana. Yeah, I have 2 ranks. My Arcana is 2 yellow, 2 green.
I don't think anybody else has Arcana.
Yeah, that's better
and I
than
don't
my
think your
perception.
perceptions beat that. So you can give me an average Arcana check. This isn't a spell. You won't have to
Okay.
take any strain.
Oh, I should have taken the 2 strain from that attack.
Or
Yep.
lower, I would have accepted as well. Okay, so when this thing lights up and blasts Gibbert, you see there's like a particular panel on there where you see in the base of the pedestal supporting this whole thing, where you see the light like sort of originates there, like that part starts getting brighter first, and then it goes to the rest of the apparatus, and then it zaps.
The mechanism is emanating from the base. If one of you,
I'll go stick my hand in there if you want.
It seems to be your forte, so yeah, perhaps you should.
Bithmore gets down on his hands and knees and crawls over and starts fidgeting with the panel.
Give me a skullduggery check.
You're doing great, cousin.
This will be average.
I did get an advantage on mine. Can I pass that as a blue? So
yeah,
add a boost. Okay, cool. So
and can I spend a story point? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like I think that the boost that Shmoo passes is just being able to like give you better direction as you're crawling towards the panel.
And since I have been so successful with fidgeting with things all day, I'm going to spend a story point because I have nerves of steel right now to upgrade my check a little bit.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong? You're sticking your hand somewhere that's only gone great for you.
There's not even an easel that says it, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
See what I mean, guys? You just gotta stick it in there.
Bithmore's now Iron Man.
So you open up this panel, and there is some kind of complicated wiring that is like, I mean, you have some magical abilities, so this isn't like completely crazy to you, but it seems like it's like somehow using the natural energies of the shard to do something that it was not at all intended to do, and it's not working well. And if you want, with the 3 advantage, we can just say you go ahead and power the thing off as well as get the panel open, since we're getting a little short on time.
Sure. So Bithmore thinks to tell Shmoo that this isn't really his forte, but then he just shrugs and reaches in and just starts ripping wires out. And shuts it down.
And there is definitely a brief moment where it looks like it's going to explode. But then the rings sort of settle into, so they're all on like the horizontal plane, and then they clatter to the floor, and the orb also clatters to the pedestal. And Herbal rushes up and moves to grab the orb.
Be careful, Herbie.
Yeah, of course. And he grabs it, since it doesn't sound like anybody was trying to, steal it or anything. And he marvels at its beauty, and he says, "This must be it," and he puts it in his pouch.
Nice.
And that is basically everything. Is there anything you guys want to do for wrapping up here?
I'm gonna go stick my hand back in that thing's mouth.
Your other hand,
try and
the
get another
other
bracer?
yeah, second bracer.
I'm kidding.
Just put your whole head in. You'll get a helmet.
Oh yeah.
Herbal, were you like whose idea was it for you to come in here and take the rainbow stone?
Oh, it was.
Was it Criff's?
It was someone they knew. They
So
they
you
said
were
we could
hired.
pay off our debts. It was this human guy, really scary looking.
Yes, well, why are you getting into debt to unscrupulous fellows? Perhaps we need to discuss your financial acumen, or lack thereof.
Yeah, all
Actually,
debt should
with
stay within the
humans.
family.
Yeah, I
Listen-
mean, exactly how much do you owe? We've
Yeah.
got like 450 silver right
I mean,
here.
that's why they say you only do business with family.
Maybe just a few thousand, you know.
Ah, my
You could
boy.
go pay him a visit.
And listen. I was up. All right, I was up so much, and then I lost just a little, and then I knew I had to get it back, and then I lost a little more, and then I had to get that back, and then I lost a lot more,
Well,
and
I
then
hope you learn your lesson.
Oh yeah, of course, of course, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for saving me.
I mean, I kind of feel like Herbie should stick with us from now on, right?
That we could
Yes.
use an intern, and Auntie Dara, I think, would love to have little Herbie taken off her hands for a season or two.
Yeah,
And
you
we
need
could
some
keep
good
our
gnomish
eye on him.
influence in your life.
Yeah, keep our eye on him, keep him out of trouble, or get him into trouble. I don't know, but the good kind of trouble.
Now, Herbie,
Hey, would you happen to have your mother's scone recipe?
and now, Herbie, what do you know about the linear algebraics of higher level illusions?
Also, did you read his thesis? Because you're gonna have to.
Oh, are you guys talking to me?
It's a dissertation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Herbie, just tell him you can't read. That's what I've been doing for 2 months now.
Well, I imagine that
Yeah,
this is maybe where like the credits start
Yeah,
rolling
yeah.
too. If you
Yep. So that was
you have to answer in character to every single query.
a one-page adventure. There's like a contest where people write these, and this was one of the finalists or whatever. I did not write this.
So the source material is system agnostic. It's just that stuff.
It assumed some flavor of D&D. There's a lot of
Okay.
Constitution save, take 3d6 damage type
Right.
things.
It seems
okay.
it seems very D&D. I mean, it's a dungeon crawl, right?
Yeah, it is a dungeon crawl for sure.
But it's
I
cool,
really
though.
like. I've used this resource, not this particular one, but the one-page adventure. I've used before to run like one-shots and stuff.
Yeah, I thought this one was.
I think you
it was
adapted it
pretty
well
good.
to Genesys, though. This was
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
it felt very organic to Genesys. It didn't feel
That's
like
good. Yeah.
And it fit right into Terrinoth as well, I feel.
Yeah.
I looked through the history to find things that could fit the existing things.
Generic fantasy fitting into Terrinoth?
No.
No.
Shocker.
What?
Yeah, I mean there was some stuff I was like Athos and Laketon. That is not a Terrinoth thing. I'm not going to bother inventing a history for those. But some stuff I did bother with. But yeah, you guys. This could have been a combat encounter with the Tyrant Lizard. There could have been an insect swarm in here, and the mermaid fight could have been bad if you guys hadn't already opened all the doors. So you guys unintentionally skipped most of it and intentionally neutered one of them. So
And what could have happened with the paintings?
okay, so the
nymph
dogs
one
you
would have been
can
good, right?
you can gamble with them and win money. The nymph, if you impress her with a charm check. Then she'll give you a sweet sword. Otherwise, she tries to drown you. The
Okay, wow. That escalated very quickly.
the still life of the fruit, they're all poisonous.
I mean,
The
it's a lot
dwarf
like
is
Kinder
a
dating.
the dwarf is a drinking game. The melting landscape is kind of a challenge to get the thing out before it melts,
Okay.
and the adventurer tries to push you into the abyss,
Oh, cool.
which
I
would
definitely
have been
Yeah,
a,
was.
Glad
short
we
range fall.
skipped. Like that room is super cool, but like that is like those are each sessions in and of themselves. I feel like.
I definitely considered trying to grab a piece of fruit and eating
Me too.
it, since it very much
worked out
was
last
in
time.
theme. But like, I'm glad I didn't.
I felt like there was a pretty good amount of engagement with the hazards and looting things, because this could have been a lot more boring if you guys never touched anything and
We just walk into
just
a room,
went
describe
through like
it,
good
yep.
adventures.
Yeah, that's neat. No, this was super
I-
fun though.
I think it's kind of fitting, especially especially the way they talk about gnomes in Terrinoth, is that they don't really have a concept of things being possessions. They just share everything, and so they often get themselves in trouble because they just grab shit and they're like, oh, that's cool. What's that?
Yeah.
And so I just tried to kind of play into that a little bit and just be like, hey, this is pretty, and I'm gonna touch it. Well, that was really fun. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you guys
Yeah,
for
I
playing.
agree.
Yeah. Thank you for running.
I'll include a link to the thing in the show notes, and thank you everyone.
Cool. And I am stopping
Thank
the
you, Flame.
recording now.